Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tempting Fate, and thank you for joining us here on for our weekly Sunday night game. Tonight we are playing part 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We started last week. It was a lot of fun. We had all of these people, and tonight Markia McCarty, one of our regulars, is rejoining us for the back half of this adventure.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be back.
Yeah, we missed you.
Wait, the cast is here. We're all here.
Yeah.
The gang's all here! Yay!
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen as often as you'd think.
And I'm crashing the party.
We love having you here. 5K and a bear.
Rick is never crashing the party. He's actually one of the producers of this show. Yeah, so we have tonight Rick Bear and
means of production.
Gina DeVivo and Sam DeLev and Ravity Dante. And we're doing Avatar. And I'm supposed to let you know, I'll get this off right off the bat here, that saving throw right now, we're doing a Pugmire giveaway. That's they're giving away some kind of rule book and some dice and some other things for the Pugmire system.
You get a pug. You get a pug.
So
you get a pug.
Hit giveaway as the command, exclamation point giveaway to see the...
What was that again?
Oh wow, meeting of night. Thank you for the sub. Oh, and Enthusiarmy. Thank you for the raid.
We've talked about this. Hugs for the hanging climbed.
Yes, hello Enthusiarmy. So yeah, this is Tempting Fate, and what we do here is we play Skins of Lasers and Feelings, a game by, thank you for the sub, Kyria. Oh, Kai. A game by a brilliant game designer named John Harper. And if you want, we have Tempting Fate t-shirts now available. Don will put a command in the chat for where you can find those. And I know a bunch of you have got them. Thank you. And thank you for the host, Geek and Sundry.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Denoba.
Yes, for the resub, I am Gibbsy.
Yes, and thank you, I am Gibbsy, for the sub. And if you want to see any of our previous skins, they are available in the Tempting Fate Discord, the Saving Throw Discord in the Tempting Fate room. Thank you, Orion Lightning, for the sub. Oh, and thank you, Dark of Nate, for the sub. Thank you, everybody. And Denoba. Wow, thank you for the sub.
Denoba,
times 12. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
When
you're a sub from Denoba.
Denoba the Penguin.
That's amazing.
So yeah, and I'm gonna throw in an obligatory please vote. So
November 6th is right around the corner.
November 6th is right around the corner.
Yes. Deadline for registration in the state of California is coming up, along with multiple other states. October 22nd.
Check. Because some states are doing purges if you didn't vote last year, so check.
Check early, check often, but only vote once. Voting early and voting often is illegal, apparently.
Exclamation point, vote US in the chat, and it'll take you to a link where you can see if you are registered, and if not, you can get registered.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so please do that and vote. Please. And thank you, Postdata S,
Hi,
and
Aki.
Smokebeard, and Aki. Hello, Aki, our good friend Aki.
And international folks, vote in wherever
Vote in your own election.
democracies are distributed near you.
Yes.
So yeah, and on that, you all have been incredibly generous with us this season, and it is your generosity that keeps Saving Throw in business and keeps the lights on here and keeps these people coming back and gives us the platform to do this, and we are super grateful for it. And tonight we have a bunch of rewards and stuff. As always, there are carrier penguins. I see some of them have already gone. And you can use a carrier penguin. The carrier penguins are an intrepid organization of messengers that are not bound by time, nor space, nor narrative continuity. And they can deliver us messages, or we can read things for you to other people, or just your thoughts in general. So send a carrier penguin.
We may or may not talk to each other away from the show in entirely unrelated circumstances about how much we love the sweet things that we've gotten via carrier penguins and how they give strength and peace to our souls.
Yeah, we may or may not have been talking about that
Ditto.
just earlier. So thank you. And then we've got some reward tiers as usual. So at $25, shot at redemption, 3 rerolls for the table, 3 rerolls for me. Tonight they are particularly valuable because almost no one has rerolls left. Gina's got 2 and I've got 1, and that's it.
Wow, what did y'all do?
Yeah, it was like war.
I accepted my failures.
It's okay, you have more coming. Dark of Nate resubbed this week.
Oh, Dark of Nate. Yeah. And if we get to $50, you probably realized like the true intersection of Tempting Fate and Avatar is penguin sledding. Aang's favorite pastime was to grab a penguin, throw it on its belly, and surf it to the bottom of a mountain. And if we get to $50 tonight, by the time tonight is over, the team is going penguin sledding.
All of us?
What?
All of us, the whole team, yeah.
Sweet.
Not in real life, in the game.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
And somewhere the penguin sledding. And if we get to $75 tonight, we have a tier we call Reunion. Arzu here, Ravity, will find her parents
Whoa! Whoa!
before the night is over.
They were alive.
Well, let's
Only
not get
if we
ahead
reach
of ourselves.
$75.
And
Let's
if
bring
we
them back to life.
I know.
if we get to $100, we have the sculptor. Zacho, he's a bit of a sculptor and
An artiste.
an artiste, if you will, and he will have a sculpture building mini game to get through in exchange
Awesome.
for a prize.
Yes.
Cool. So that's
Down
we
with
get to
it.
$100. The sculptor building mini game. Dark of Nate. Thank you. Dark of
Loving that
Nate.
666.
666.
Yeah.
Classic Dark of Nate.
That instantaneously gets
666.
the 3 rerolls.
Double. Classic.
And the 3 rerolls. Thank you, Dark of Nate.
Really amplifying his pro-GM tendencies by giving you not just the reset reroll, but another 3.
Yeah, no, I we're gonna see if he gave it to me.
Oh.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll see. I don't know.
There is one way in which he is not a Chaos Agent.
I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. And if we get to $150, we have tonight what we're calling Double Dragon. Mosh, Gina here, and Pin, Markia here, are gonna fight a dragon.
Yes!
What the
I want to fight a dragon.
Let's do it. Let's team up. I'm ready. Yeah!
There aren't a lot of dragons
already
left in the
proved
Avatar
myself.
universe. Well, thank you, Uriah Fenn.
Yes. I don't need them because I'm
but-
Earthbender.
One of them will be around. And that's $150. And if we get to $200 tonight, we have the Bloodbender. Pretty much the most blood-curling power in the Avatar universe. The power to get into the water in somebody's veins and make them dance like a puppet. And Zeki here, our resident waterbender, will get a one-time power to bloodbend.
This will definitely be used responsibly.
They can do anything with it they want. And yeah, that's $200.
Don't
Excited.
piss off Zeki. Okay, got it.
Was there a point at which that was not true?
No.
And then usually we have a $250 tier, but tonight we jacked it up a tiny bit. The top tier is a $300 tier because it's a little bit bigger normal reward than usual. If we get to $300 tonight, I was planning to take a week off next week. We were going to skip next week, and then, I might as well announce this now. And then the week after that, on November 4th, we're playing the vast capitalist Space Turtles game.
Space Turtles.
Turtles.
Yes, it is the silliest corner of the vast universe, and we'll be playing that game. That's going to be a game for charity. I'll let you know when we get there what that's going to benefit. But yeah, that's coming on 11/4. So there was going to be a week between that I was going to take off. But you know what? It's Halloween weekend, and like suddenly had this thing where I wanted to do like a game with monsters and horror movie stuff. Oh, BK Ray, thank you.
You're right. Thank you.
So if we get to 300 tonight, next week we will play one more game this season, a bonus Halloween themed game, and not like Halloween like Michael Myers, although who knows, maybe Michael Myers will be in it. It will be like, sort of horror movie and horror themed, and it will just be sort of, tempting fate at its most random and bonkers. No movie universe to play in, no storylines, no Avatar-like heart to pay off or reward, just complete people killing each other and monsters eating people's faces and stuff. And
I will eat people's
Aw.
Markia will eat people's faces.
I'll cook it for you if you want.
Gina will cook faces for Markia to eat.
I'll fry it in the campfire along with all the other kids.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's if we get to 300. And don't worry, our hearts will not be broken if we don't get there. If you want to take a week off too, we totally understand. But yeah, if we get to 300, that's it. And yeah, as always, subs get to give people rerolls, so let's give out some rerolls before we go any further. So, our friend Meaning of Night, who by the way draws the official carrier penguins, you have to see.
So cool.
Yes, the penguintar, the penguitar. I don't know; those words don't portmanteau well, but it's a penguin avatar, and it's just a fantastic looking. Yeah, check it out. It's Avagwin. Yeah, that's not bad. The Avagwin.
I was not mad at Penguitar.
You were not mad at Penguitar? Okay.
It also kind of reminds me of Reptar, so that's awesome.
Penguitar or Avagwin, let us know what you think in the chat. And yeah, Meaning of Night does those for us, and they are fantastic. Thank you, Meaning of Night. You can check it out at the Tempting Fate Twitter, or we now have a Tempting Fate Instagram where you can check it out too.
Oh yeah, I followed it today.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I wanted some place to put all these carrier penguin and the great fan art that a lot of you have sent us. So that's going to just start appearing on the Instagram. So Meaning of Night sends their reroll. Smokebeard!
Thank you, Smokebeard! Matching Dark of Mage.
We are so close to fighting a dragon.
Another vote for Chaos. Yeah, that actually gets us penguin sledding. That is happening now.
Yes.
And Arzu's parents.
What? Oh, hey!
Wow.
Oh, no.
Orphan no more. Was it Orphan Be Gone?
That's a different thing.
So,
Orphan be gone.
Meaning of Night sends their reroll to Gina DeVivo.
Yay!
And
I'm proud of you.
Kai sends their reroll to the table.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank
Very
Very
equitable.
diplomatic.
Yeah.
I like it.
gesture.
For the people. And Dark of Nate sends their reroll to me. Nobody saw that coming. No, thank you, Dark of Nate.
Order
Thank
Muppet,
you. Dark of Nate
100% confirm.
understands, storytelling, conflict. It's good for me to be able to cause conflict. Yeah, no, it all makes a lot of sense. What do you think? And Denoba sends their reroll to the table.
Yay!
Nice. Thank you.
For the
Very
people.
Classic and kind, generous.
Good, yes, good man, Denova. And Post Dataist sends their reroll to Sam.
Thank you.
And thank you, Post Dataist. And Aki sends their reroll to Rick Bear.
Yay!
Thank you.
Aki. And Orion Lightning sends their reroll to Sam.
Thank you, Orion Lightning.
And Uriah Fenn sends their reroll to Sam.
Thank you.
And that gets us up to speed on the rerolls, and that's it. So I think the next tier is the sculptor. If we get to $100, Zacho here will play a sculpture building mini game, and that's it. So I think that takes care of all the business. Thank you, Perfect Cosima. Oh, hello.
Hi, Perfect Cosima.
What's up, Gift Lord?
So real quick, I'm going to take you through the rules of the game. We play Lasers and Feelings here, and this is an avatar skin. So the way this works is everyone's got a character, and every character has a number, and that number tells you basically what kind of things they're good at. So if you have a high number, that's on a scale of 2 to 5, if you have a high number, it means you're better at like mind tasks, technology, science, cold, rational, Mr. Spock kind of stuff. And if you have a low number on the 2 side, it means you're better at heart tasks, which is like intuition and diplomacy and seduction, kind of like Captain Kirk sort of things. Then basically whenever anything is in doubt, I'll call for a roll. I'll tell you if you're using your mind skills or your heart skills. If you're using your mind skills, you want to roll under your number. If you're using your heart skills, you want to roll over your number. You can roll 1 die automatically, 2 if it's something you're prepared for, 3 if it's something you're an expert in, 4 if it's something you're getting help in. The rules work exactly the same. If you mess up, you don't hurt the person you're trying to help, they just don't get help. And if none of your die succeed, it goes wrong and things get worse. If 1 succeeds, you barely manage at some kind of cost. If 2 succeed, you just do what you wanted to do, like good job. And if 3 die succeed, you get a critical success and you get some kind of extra bonus or success with style or something. And if you roll your number exactly, you can ask the spirit world a question. This is Avatar. The spirit world is very powerful. It knows all. And it is taking your calls. So if you roll your number, you can get in touch with the spirit world. And that, I think, is that. So real quick, let's meet our characters. We'll meet our characters and then I'll do the previously on. So, we'll just start in the order I've got them here in the paper. So, Gina here is Mosh.
Hey.
Her number is 2, which makes her a heart character. And she's a 12-year-old earthbender. And her personality, she's like a hyperactive brawler, and her goal is to prove herself.
Yeah.
And Rick here is Zacco. His number is 3, which makes him a heart-ish character. He's 16 years old, one of the elders of the group here. And he is an earthbender also, and he's kind of a sneaky thief. Bit of a pickpocket, and his goal is to continue living free. He doesn't want to be caged.
Or die hard.
Live free or die hard. Yeah, he's from New Hampshire. No wait, yeah. So which license plate is that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That's all 3.
Yeah, it's my favorite part of the Earth Kingdom.
Die Hard, he's from New York.
yeah.
Right?
Die Hard's from New York. Yeah.
Right.
So Sam here with the Die Hard info is Zeki. Their number is 5, which makes them a a mind character. And their power set is they're a waterbender, and they're a cowardly explorer.
No, I'm a sneaky explorer.
Sneaky explorer. Oh right.
I'm
I forgot to change
Zax.
this.
He's Zax.
Right. I forgot to change this on my printout. Okay. Oh, Meaning of Night. Thank you.
Meaning of Night.
Thank you, right?
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Sneaky explorer, and their goal is to set off on a long journey.
How old?
I'm also 16.
Oh yeah, sorry. Also
the
16.
oldest.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other of the
We are
eldest.
definitely the people to
Gina's
listen to.
character is
Um,
definitely one about their age.
And Ravity here is Arzu. Arzu is a 4, which makes her a mindish character. She's 14 years old, and she's a firebender. And she's a cowardly tinkerer. She's the cowardly one. Her goal is to find her parents, which will now happen.
I mean, thanks.
But how and when and under what
I hope they're like
circumstances? Will they be
Captain
good
Soup
or
too.
evil or who knows?
What if you finally meet them and they don't like Captain Soup?
Yikes, let's not even walk down that road.
I promise you I will not walk down any such road.
I love you.
And Markia, the new character, is Pin, Pinn, and Pin. Her number is 2, so she's a heart character, and she is 12 and a half years old.
Oh, hey, new best friends.
We're gonna wreck this dragon.
2 12-year-olds versus the dragon, yes. She is a firebender, and her personality, she's like a daring rebel. Her goal is to discover something new and rebel against it. As you do.
Awesome.
So those are our characters. And so previously on Avatar: The Last Airbender, we were in Ba Sing Se, and we were about 95 years after the Airbender genocide, about 5 years before Aang comes out of the ice, the start of the actual series Avatar: The Last Airbender. And we are at an event that is known to Avatar fans, the Siege of Ba Sing Se. General Iroh is leading his troops. He has been sieging the wall for like 600 days or something like that. And these walls, they're like super thick, Ba Sing Se, totally, it seems like an impenetrable kind of fortress. But Iroh eventually starts finding his way through. He is a very determined and smart guy. And
So cool.
yeah.
Iroh's the best.
Iroh's the
I
best.
just want to be clear, this face that you're making is for your love of Iroh, not the Siege of Ba Sing
Oh,
Se.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We
Yeah, I was like,
there.
yes, all of those.
He
orphans.
becomes a very cool guy. This is a little bit before his arc in the series.
Character growth.
Just brilliant. Iroh's
Yeah,
the best.
so good, so good.
What happened was the firebenders were sieging the wall, and our characters, these 4, were orphans in Ba Sing Se. They lived in a home for orphans run by a caretaker named Court. And one day when they were out in the marketplace sort of causing mischief and pickpocketing people and stirring up trouble with the
Did
constables.
no such
I was
thing.
calling in people
No.
for lunch.
I was
Yeah.
researching Doom.
Oh yeah, all the
It's okay, like, a lot of these episodes blend together, like, maybe there's some plot holes, it's fine. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Don't worry about it.
about it.
A different group of children from a different episode.
Yeah. There is no mischief in Ba Sing Se.
There's no mischief in Ba Sing Se. Perfect. Yeah, wow. While that was going on, Dark of Nate, thank you.
Say.
Alright.
While that was going on, the firebenders found their way through the wall somewhere in the vicinity of the orphanage and sort of slowly securing their position eventually made their way inside, and they took Court into custody, and they were preparing to take the rest of the children into custody when these four returned, and these four, being the only benders of the group, sort of fought a little bit with the other benders and got some help here and there from the intelligence services and from a noble firebender named Lieutenant and
Noble the bender. Okay, I'm done.
And eventually they made their way. They saved the children, made it to the other side of the wall, found themselves in the battle, and were taken prisoner by the firebenders. They were put in a sort of prison train car thing, and were being caravan, and were being shipped away from the battlefield, taken out of town, and they were on this ride for a couple of days while Zacho here he has a set of stone chopsticks, which he can use his earthbending powers to sort of manipulate the shape of, and very slowly over the course of days he was able to bit by bit pick the locks on everybody's handcuffs and get them free.
Yeah, I can shape them into really terrible lockpicks.
Just enough to get the job done. It took a while.
Eventually.
But he did, yeah. But before it could really matter... Oh, and the sculptor is now unlocked. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Next, Double Dragon. If we get to $150, Mosh and Pin fight a dragon. Thank you, everybody.
Dragon.
Mosh pin. Oh, double dragon. It's
Mosh pin.
So,
Mosh pin. We're mosh.
We
Mosh
already
pin.
have a friendship name.
I love it. I do too. Mosh pin. Let's call
Now meet so you can be friends.
Together.
Hashtag Moshpin. And then just as they were getting free from these handcuffs, all of a sudden the whole prison caravan started shaking, and these vines just tore the whole thing to pieces, took all the firebenders sort of up into the vines and the trees, and these four found themselves freed from their car, which had just been broken apart, in the middle of the swamp. And in the moonlight, they could see these two swamp benders standing there. Vine benders standing there in the swamp, in bending position, doing their thing. And one of them called to another one, and he sort of says, "Hey, Pa, we got him!" And from behind him, the older one, he's walking on a set of crutches, sort of moves through the swamp, and he comes forward, and he's like, "Oh, good." And he's looking you over, and the young one is sort of just like, "Oh, yeah, we gonna be eating good tonight." And the father looks over, and he hits the son with the crutches, like, "Shut up, you stupid." He's like, "No one's gonna eat you." And then the son's just like, "Come on, I like toying with the kids. And then he's just like, "Don't mind my son. Nobody's going to eat you." It's like, all right, 4 young children. Now, you don't look like you're with the firebenders. You must come out of one of those prison cars.
Yep.
All right. And he turns around and he's like, "Put him with the others." And then sort of out of everywhere, just totally surrounding you, it just dozens of vine benders just come out of the trees. They're hiding behind leaves. You are just completely surrounded. And you can sort of see some of them start raising their hands, and the actual firebender soldiers that they were capturing are now being sort of lifted up and sucked back into the trees and passed along.
Look at their divine powers.
They say they wanted to eat.
I warned you all.
Oh.
I warned every single one of you.
Yep.
Did they want to eat us?
No, they're not eating you.
I don't think they're eating us.
Are you sure?
There's no They're not eating you.
Okay.
And while you're talking, the vines come and they start wrapping themselves around your arms and
Hey, we
legs.
literally just got out of.
And it just starts passing you along the surface of the swamp.
I hate heights. This is bad. I'm just gonna close my eyes. Tell me
What
if
are we
anything
being
terrible is happening.
like that?
Everything's fine. Nothing
you're
terrible is
sort of,
happening.
Suspended the long way. Yeah,
Oh.
the vines just
The hard way.
carrying you, as if you were, trussed up, kind of. Yeah.
Right.
But on the ground.
Yeah, well, right along the surface of the water.
Oh, okay. We're not that high up. It's still pretty high up for me.
Yeah.
I get scared of everything.
Yeah.
This is too high. I do not like this. I'm gonna close my eyes. You tell me if we.
Perfect. Just imagine you're a piece of cabbage floating in soup. Wow.
By the way, Perfect Cosmos sends a reroll to Rave.
Oh, hey!
And PFW Scott sends a reroll to Markia.
We're at the opening nice one.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Back to closing on. Wait for it.
and eventually you find yourself brought back into this village, and it is a vine-bender village, and you see a bunch of people like looking at houses, seeing the prisoners being brought past, and you're brought to these cages, and you're put inside the cages. The firebenders, the adults are put in like sort of these other cages that are, behind where you're at. You can kind of see them from where you are. And you're locked up, and the vine benders come up and they're like, "All right, y'all, just wait here now." And he starts laughing, and he's like, and don't be up to nothing because we're watching you from everywhere, every which way, all the time.
I only see one of you.
Yeah, well, we everywhere. And he turns around and he sort of.
My friend Mosh could take you.
Yeah, I literally stood up the entire Fire Nation. Come at me!
Okay, maybe that was really aggressive. I got a little scared there. Yeah, you did good. You did good.
Okay.
And
I like push my face against the bars.
and turns around and he's
Let
just
me out.
like,
Let's see how far you.
Maybe we should not antagonize our captors just yet.
Why not?
Save it for later.
I don't
When
understand.
the time is right.
They're freeing us and then putting us in a different prison. What's going on?
Let's wait and find out what's going on.
Don't worry, in like 3 weeks, Zaki will have us right out of here with
Right.
lockpicks.
That's an overestimation, but
I'm so
your
sorry.
point is correct.
In 2.5 weeks?
Better.
Pin, we will say that you are in this cage also. You are already here.
Then at all of this, Pin has like a little toothpick in her mouth and pulls back her hood and is like, "Oh yeah, Grandpa, just keep on telling us that the rebellion has to be on a timer."
Whoa.
Hey kid, what you in for?
Whoa.
What you got?
That.
I don't understand how that's a response to my question.
I wish I could have that kind of confidence.
Hey, so you look like you were all scared, like that they would eat us, right?
I'm still scared.
Hey, I'm not scared.
No one's eating
Mosh is
anyone.
never scared.
I'm not scared either.
Good. Let's be not scared together.
Good, because I just said I wasn't scared.
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
Excellent.
So you're
I'm
not
Mosh.
scared, but
Pin,
there we go.
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
How long have you been here?
It feels like forever. After I liberated myself, it wasn't pretty long until the swamp people got me. The vine benders. I call them swamp people because they're a simple folk and they live in the swamp.
It's all true.
Yeah.
But don't worry, they're not
Checks
going
out.
to eat us yet. I've been making sure that they couldn't make fire. And they're not the type to eat us raw.
Making sure they couldn't make fire.
Yeah. Things.
No. I don't
In
know.
any
That's why I
case-
asked.
In
Oh,
any
no.
case, where are y'all from? I mean, y'all seem cool, but then you got like Grandpa over here.
He makes art.
Yeah, really,
I'm
really,
sure
really
he
cool.
does. You do some whittling, Grandpa? Does it take a while for that whittling?
2.5 weeks.
That a thing? 2.5 weeks?
Are there any stones on the ground?
There's probably like in the vicinity of the cage. I mean, it's swampy. Actually.
I'm not expecting like lots of big stones that I can make stuff out of. Just like a small amount.
Yeah, there might be a pebble around.
Okay, fine. I'll try and make something out of the pebble.
Okay, a couple of pebbles. What do you want to try and make?
A grizzly bear dog. An extremely tiny, finely detailed grizzly bear dog.
Okay, that would be a mind roll. Your bending powers, you have 3 thanks to last week. The audience got you the advanced bending.
Thank you.
So you can roll 3. You want to roll under your number?
Okay.
Your number is 3.
My number is 3. I got my number, 1 success.
All right, and 1 success. So you managed to carve out a primitive-looking but identifiable grizzly bear dog. It's not super impressive, but you can
Wow.
you can tell what
Wow,
it's
it's
supposed
so
to be.
So,
It's better if the stones are bigger.
Great. So instead of like making something that could have, caused a distraction, you made a little bear dog.
What?
I think that was pretty distracting.
Good going, Grandpa.
Where are you from?
Mm.
Rootsville.
It doesn't really matter. I'm not going back, so it
You wanna
doesn't
come
matter.
stay
where I
with
come
us?
from. You mean like in this cage? I'm here already.
No, but like our
Oh
orphanage.
no, we're getting out of
Yeah,
here.
we're leaving. Yeah. I just need to hype myself up, and it's gonna take about like 2 more minutes. But like, I'll get there. I will. But yeah, you can come with us.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Right. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Let me.
I'll make it. Yeah, yes, one more.
Team meeting. Please.
Okay.
Come on, we don't leave Little behind.
I know she hates
Look at
her
her. She's
grizzly
like
dog.
3 years old.
I'm 12.
Yep, sure you are.
Okay, fine.
I'm 14 and 3/4.
I'm 12 and a half.
Wow. Yeah. Should we vote? That seems like a responsible thing to do.
I'm getting yes, and yes. So
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
You're in!
You're in.
All
Welcome to the crew.
But first, we get out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was just basically waiting until I had a little bit more
Backup?
power. Yeah, backup
Sure.
behind before I just like broke out of here myself. So,
all right, well,
it's
let
my
her
bad.
rip. We got your back. Just, go for it.
And you sort of hear from another cage like nearby. You hear some voices.
There's more kid cages?
No, actually, it's a grown-up's
Cages.
voice. You
Oh.
hear some going, "Hey kids, hey."
What?
And you look over and you see like a firebender. He's sort of like waving to you from behind.
And puts her hood back down.
Put your head back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like sort of waving to you from in his bars, and his clothes is ratty. He looks kind of dirty, and maybe a little gaunt. Like he's maybe perhaps been held prisoner a while. And he looks there and he's like, "You kids have to get out of here. Gotta find a way out. Go now."
We're trying. Do you have any advice?
No, but my advice is go fast.
Thanks.
Masha's really fast. Masha's the fastest kid in the whole orphanage. They once ran a whole... Masha, how fast did you run? You ran really fast. Remember
at
that
least
one time we had
100
that
miles an
race?
hour.
Right? It was total... I think it was 102. I didn't measure it, but I'm pretty sure, let's be accurate here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we need
Pin is,
specialized
like, right
skills
here.
right now.
Okay.
Tinker?
Yeah.
Look at this cage. Weak points. Identify. Go.
And yeah, I wanna...
You want to try and identify?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, assist through
I've
yeah.
been in a tiny box for way too many days.
Too many days.
That'll be two mind rolls.
Oh.
You want to roll under your number. You're a tinker.
Oh, yeah.
You are a kid. Let's say you can roll 2.
Okay.
Are you helping?
Mhm.
All right. Let's say you can roll 1.
Yeah.
Also a mind roll.
Get help. That's a spirit roll.
Oh yeah, and you had a spirit
I
roll
did.
question too.
Yes,
All right,
I
so
just remembered.
that gives you 3.
Yeah. Do you want to ask the spirit world first, or should I roll first?
We can do this.
Roll.
Yeah, you're on with the spirit world.
Oh, I was going to do something similar to what you're rolling for, actually. But I would like to know if there are any structural weak points at the base of the cage where it's in the ground.
Oh.
And are there any structural weak points at the base of the cage? No, not in particular. It's sort of like bolted into the ground. It's like, you would need to sort of be able to rip the ground apart, kind of.
Mhm.
Bend it
I know, I was
somehow.
like,
You mean
If there's only way
Bend it?
some way to bend the earth.
just bend and snap.
It would take a pretty successful, you'd be breaking apart the ground underneath you, destructively. So, Spirit World, do you have a question?
Once we're out of this cage, what is the next obstacle we need to worry about?
Once you're out of the cage, I say the swamp is full of all kinds of scary stuff. Raptor boas, gator wolves, things that you would not want to be
Maybe
mixed
they'll
up
help
with.
us. We'll get some Gatorade. It'll be fine.
Oh my god. 2 successes, 1 spirit world.
2 successes, 1 spirit world. Okay, so that's a success. Yeah, you know, You look over the structure of the prison, you can see it is held together by very, very, very tightly wound vines. If you could cut those away, that might be able to open up some of the seams in the walls. It's not going to be easy. You'll need something sharp, and, you know, it would be totally visible what you were doing. So it's theoretically possible, but would be very difficult. And you're on with the spirit world.
I'm on with the spirit world. How many prisoners are currently imprisoned here?
There
have to worry about.
There are a lot. There are
I
good.
worry about them all.
Even the firebenders that were doing siege to the orphanage.
We can judge them later.
There are a good 30, 35 prisoners, you know, right here in the camp. And that guy is still calling over to you, and he's like, "You gotta go." It's like there used to be kids. We had all of our kids, and these crazy vine benders. It's like they keep sacrificing the kids to some kind of crazy swamp demon or something like that. And I guarantee you you're next, so you gotta go.
No.
Okay, man, you sold us. We're trying to leave.
This is the worst. Oh my god, this is
He's just trying to freak you out.
He's doing it really well.
He's totally not trying to freak you out. They have been taking kids and sacrificing them. They just haven't been eating them because I've made sure that they haven't.
That is not helpful in this exact moment.
Okay, I'm ready. Let me out of this cage. I'm gonna wreck them.
All right, next task. We need to cut through these. Which one of you can bend something sharp faster? Go!
Oh, you already have the thing.
Yeah, but those are picks.
Oh!
But you can make
Those need to stay lockpicks.
Okay.
He can make them.
So
I can try and make them
been in
into.
I've been in this cage for a while. Do y'all want to hear my plan before you start?
Yeah, plan,
That's
but like,
probably a good idea.
what's your plan?
I'm
down for a plan.
I want to have it where I've dug a hole straight down.
Is that what you're sitting on?
Whoa! Whose picture on a poster is covering that whole
Where it's like,
Good reference.
I've just got my hood, like the cape part, I've stretched over a hole, and I've been...
All right, I'll tell you what.
Digging
You
straight
got to
down.
roll a heart roll first. We're going to call that it's like an action digging. See how well you did here. You're a firebender. You're 12 years old. You're in a cell. You probably you don't have probably anything but like your hands and fingernails to dig with. So
That is
you
true.
can roll 1.
And
wanna
you're a
roll-
rebel without claws.
You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2.
3.
3.
Stop my
So
hand from
you
I'm just gonna start doing office looks to the camera.
Yeah.
you have dug a hole.
Yeah.
That hole goes right down into the swamp. So it goes about 2 feet down, and then it's sort of filled with like swamp water.
Perfect. So at that point, I should have hit the next sediment layer, and that would be flammable because we like coal stuff. So I want to have gotten one of those. And I'm going to set it on fire to burn the vines.
You're a firebender.
What are
Well,
these bars made of?
I'm just telling
real
you
quick.
that
Yeah.
for right now.
I would say it's all made of like wood and vines. Like
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a thing where it's just gonna be like combustion, like.
Actually, no, we're good for this.
But also-
we're good for this.
But that's
Okay.
what I want.
Okay.
okay.
Gotcha.
We're good for this.
Cool.
Controlled
Light
burn, controlled extinguish.
Not controlled. My anxiety. We're about to get eaten.
I am out of control. Go!
So
We're about to get eaten.
I am never going to let you get eaten by someone else. You remind me a little friend.
That's the
By
nicest thing you've
someone
ever
else?
said.
Did anybody else miss that?
What?
It's okay. I was telling them to be cabbage soup earlier. Maybe they're just taking it too far. You're not gonna get eaten.
all right.
Not today.
I'm going to make you roll to see if you can find this coal. You are 12 years
Roll for
old.
coal.
I'm
I'm drawn to fire sources.
That's not part of your power set, but
Maybe it's part of Pins. We'll see.
A firebender pirate.
that is a mind roll. You want to roll under your number, and you can roll 1.
That's a mind roll?
Yeah, you're trying to identify
I
rocks.
dug a hole and I just grabbed rocks.
Yeah, and now you got to figure out if one of them's coal.
I'm gonna light them all on fire.
Are you just gonna see if just try and get
Yeah,
lucky?
so like,
Okay.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's wild passionate action. You want to roll a heart roll, and you are.
she is not a thinker.
Yeah.
It's like,
We're gonna get along so well.
You definitely get the benefit of everybody's expertise from last week, so you can roll 3, it's a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2.
And that's 2 successes. One of them's a spirit world.
Okay, yeah. So you blast, and a couple of those rocks sort of flare.
Oh, are we ready?
Whoa.
Too late.
Whoa! Whoa! You can make fire without a source? You must be really powerful.
Well, that's like standard. That's like standard for
I'm-
firebenders. That's like average. That's like super average.
And
to
the
be
rocks
able
are
to do
Are
burning.
you
without a
sure?
source.
Yeah, I'm
In my
It's okay, you
family,
grew up in the
there's
Earth Kingdom
there's
without
that
a
bowl
teacher.
of swamp
I did.
water.
Yes.
So I'm going to bend the water and use it to extinguish the fire once that is an adequate level of burn for us to get out.
Okay. So right now you shot a fireball at the rocks, right? So the rocks. Let's assume there were a few pieces of coal in there. They now burst into flames.
Right.
What are we doing with the rocks? Because now you just have some flame. Like it's like you
you
can
have a fire
levitate
pit.
them,
No,
right?
no,
you know,
I'm
so-
expelling the force of these like superheated rocks with all the fire.
So you're shooting
it's
the
like
fire
right-
up at the
yeah, it's
walls.
like-
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and you got
And
3,
rather
so
than
that
having
works.
flames fall down on our heads through this, I'm making sure it's a controlled burn by extinguishing at the necessary
You can
points where
capture
we
some
will
of
be
the fire.
fracked and
If
You
set
had-
on
need
fire in
some
a cage.
fire, you can capture some.
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
2 successes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One was a spirit world.
One was a spirit world. Okay. So yeah, that'll work. The fire shoots up and it starts like burning away at the wood that's being held together by the vines. And you're watching and you are sort of getting ready to kind of extinguish it. And you are watching. And while you are watching, all of a sudden the spirit world just appears in your head. It's a spirit world, you got a question?
Yeah. What's the biggest threat in the swamp?
The biggest threat in the swamp. It's Gina DeVivo. Not even her character. Actually, Gina.
what is the unlock for that?
It's like a bit of a judgment call. I guess it depends, but it's like I would say probably the vine benders. There are a lot of there's a whole section of the Foggy Swamp tribe here, so it's like a little nation. You know, this is not just a couple of guards you got to outrun. It's like you are basically trapped in, you know, sort of a little, I want to say call it a city, but it's like all in the swamp. You know.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Are you done with your action?
Well, I blew
You're
the
shooting
whole-
fire.
Yeah.
And-
But I do have another action in mind when it's my turn again.
Okay. And that fire is burning away, and you can start. You know, you hear from the outside somebody. Hey, do you smell something? So, yeah, it smells like something's burning. It's someone barbecuing something, and it's, hey, I think one of the cages is on fire, and you can just sort of hear this shouting back and forth outside. And the wall is burning away. It's happening. It's not quite broken through yet, but it is burning.
I would like to take my my turn to continue the burn, but also like try and guide some of the fire over to our neighbor's cage so that they can also escape. So as in just be like, I don't know, I feel bad if we just escaped and didn't take anyone else. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
You can give that a shot. You can roll 3. That is a mind roll because you're trying to do something very precise, trying to move the fire across, to a different cage. So you want to roll under your number. Your number, Arzu, is a 4.
Yeah. I got 2 successes.
Okay, and yeah, you see a jet of flame. Arzu sort of does this motion and just shoots a jet of flame over towards the other where those guys were yelling to you from before, and you hear them like, "Oh no! Like our thing's on fire now!" And they're just like,
It's supposed to help.
They're right.
It
Yeah,
can
they're like
break
sort of
out.
breaking at it, and then like the vine benders, you see them like they sort of stop and they do like a move, and like a jet of swamp waters extinguishes theirs, and then they start like running towards you, and just as some of those vines on the side start cracking, and a little bit of the wall starts kind of breaking away.
Yeah. You lit a rock in the ground on fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was pretty close to it, and that was really cool. But now I gotta wanna look in the pit to see what the heck is on fire because I didn't know you could light things on fire without a source of fire. That's what we've always talked
I know.
about.
I guess I did
So
really
I wanna,
bad at firebending.
I wanna see what happens when I just lift what's in the earth that's on fire in the air. I wanna see if that's possible. Like, I don't know what's being lit. Is it like an actual rock? I don't know what's being lit.
Yeah, it's like coal, swamp.
Cool.
swamp peak
I
or
wanna
something.
have those come up and go through the wood bars
Kinda
that are here to
punch
like
the
break the. It's already structurally not sound anymore, so it just needs a push that's not like
Yep.
a hand. It's
Perfect.
gonna hurt really bad.
Yeah,
So
that's an earth
yeah.
bending roll. You can roll 3 because you got the advanced bending skills from last week. You want to roll. This is for you, wild, passionate action. You want to roll a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2.
Great. I also don't think things through. We're gonna be really healthy for each other. 3 successes. 1 is my number.
Oh yeah, so 3 successes,
That's my
absolutely. You just pick all this sort of rock sediment out of that hole and just shoot.
Yeah, I'm shooting it through the wall towards the direction of those swamp benders that are coming towards us, so they have like a ooh moment of like,
Yeah,
there's a
with-
thing in front of me on fire now.
Can I
With
light
3
it
you
all
can-
on fire while it's going past me?
It's already lit.
It's all
I'm
lit?
This is the
taking
stuff-
your lit
Ah.
stuff
Yeah.
and chucking it through the wall for us.
Nice.
Yeah, and it happens just like that. And with
Yeah.
3, you absolutely, it just shoots, through the wall, finishes off the job of the wall you started burning now, just like collapses, and it goes shooting out at those vine benders, and they're all just like, yeah, and they go like diving into like, bushes and bushes in the swamp, but they go diving into the swamp and behind trees and vines and stuff,
swamp bushes.
hiding from the flying, flaming rocks. And you can hear them making all kinds of noises, calling for reinforcements, and you can hear like all voices coming kind of from everywhere now.
Okay. Everywhere. Cool. All right. Time to make moves. Let's go.
Last one out is a roasted egg.
I don't like roasted eggs. Let's go.
Jumping out of the cage, I bend the fire to cover the rest of the cages while yelling at them. Be like, "You're firebenders, right? What are you doing just standing there? Here's fire."
They're actually Fire Nation. They are not Firebenders.
Thought they were all fire.
Well, as they answer you, they sort of look at you and they're kind of like look down at their hands and they're just they're like, none of us
I
are
don't think
benders.
they're actually firebenders, and then I will like take it and try to redirect your fire. I think you should be a little bit more decisive and precise with your actions.
All right, I'll just set half of the cage on fire then.
Okay.
Everyone, go punch walls in the fire.
Yeah, no, and suddenly vine benders are coming from everywhere.
Come on, we
They
need to
are
move,
shooting
we need
out.
to move, we
You
need to
start
move.
to see the vines around you start to like sort of pick up and come to life.
They're grown ups. We got this. Come on. Let's
Do
move.
they sacrifice the adults?
No, it's just been kids.
Then let's run.
I want to try and create a smoke screen with the fire to
Ooh.
cover our tracks.
Roll 3 mind. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 4, Arzu.
It's a 1 spirit world. 2 successes, 1 spirit world.
Yeah, and you sort of you make this move, and all of a sudden this oops, sorry, hit the mic there. Yeah, you make this sort of bold move, and all that fire sort of starts just dispersing into this really thick cloud of smoke that you start hearing all the vine benders coughing, and in that moment you hear this voice in your head go, "Spirit world, what do you want?"
Okay, what is the fastest route out of... How do we get away?
Hey, Mini Marker, thank you.
Thank you, Mini Marker.
What vehicle should we
we're-
be looking for?
We are at almost to Double Dragon, which is our next tier. Mosh and Pin will fight a dragon, which almost brings us close to Bloodbender. Zeki here getting a one-time ability to Bloodbend.
That's so creepy.
And if we get to 300 tonight, we will play a bonus Halloween game next week, which will be all kinds of murder and mayhem. Rave and Sam will be here, so you
It's
know
cute,
it's going
it's
to be just
fun.
depraved as hell. Yeah, and thank you so much, everyone. So yeah,
Spirit World, I think.
Yeah.
I had a question
Yeah.
about that.
I have
yeah,
too.
Spirit World.
So, what vehicle should we be looking for to help us get out of here?
What vehicle should you be looking for?
I mean, or it's like, how do we get out of here? Like, I don't see
yeah,
going on
I mean,
foot.
no, there are they have boats, they have canoes, they have all sorts of stuff like that like sort of sail, sort of like work on
Okay.
the low surface of the swamp.
Okay.
Vehicle wise, you
on
can
the water.
you have not seen your
Yeah, our
grizzly bear
caravan is
dogs
complete- yeah.
since
Okay.
way back in Bossing Say, so you don't even know if they were on the caravan with you. But yeah, there are like swamp vehicles, and there is sort of swamp everywhere. So
Gotta use a swamp vehicle. Got it.
or you can just try like wading. But yeah, did you also have a?
I did.
You did. Spirit World. What can I tell you?
What's like something really, really cool that the swamp benders like? Like,
Heart of Handprints. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Like, do they have a favorite meal, or like, do they trade liquor, or like, what's like their guilty pleasure? What's like a common cultural guilty pleasure amongst the swamp people?
The swamp people, they really like ice. Because, they're waterbenders, and their ancestors actually were from the actual great, the waterbending tribes of the poles. And at some point they split off and came to the swamps and became the Foggy Swamp Tribe. But the stories of frozen water, which they don't have here in the swamps where everything melts and is too warm and they don't have refrigerators or anything, is sort of like legend. So, like,
Then how do they have swamp coolers?
And they
So messy.
So every once in a while, right, if the Fire Nation's rolling by and they have, their fancy rich guy ice or something like that, it is a real delicacy, a real spoil of war for...
When you're
Ice
rich
cream.
guy ice.
Yeah, you're rich guy, fancy rich guy ice in this world.
There's
Yeah.
ice.
Oh snap!
They like ice. And that cloud of smoke surrounds you, and you are in the swamp. You got a second as you hear all the vine benders coughing. What do you want to do?
I feel like the capacity of someone to stealthily explore somehow might be handy in this specific instance, and I would like to pick and send a route for everyone to follow.
What direction do we need to run?
That will be a mind roll.
Yes.
You're going to want to roll under your number, Zeki. You're a 5, and you're doing a little quick scout here.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing.
Get a lay of the land. This is your thing. You can roll 3 die.
Seki, be careful.
2 successes, one of which is a spirit world.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely sort of see that there's this back path cut through the trees. It looks like the vine benders must have cleared it on purpose that seems to go around the back of this, area with all the little prison, shacks in it, and just like out into the swamp. It sort of just looks like beyond there, you don't see any more lights, you don't see any more buildings. It's just dark swamp.
What kind of swamp vehicle is over there?
Well, there are canoes. They're actually tied to just sort of random trees. You can sort of think of it as like those scooters that people leave around town and can just like take around. Like vine benders, like they've taken these sort of giant leaves.
Bird boats.
Yeah, and they've taken these gigantic leaves and they use their vine bending powers to like shape the leaves into canoes, and then so they have like.
So we're gonna leave with one of those, okay, guys?
Oh, jeez.
Let us leave. You haven't even seen the show yet. Let us leave.
Wow.
Gonna make like a tree and
Look.
Yeah,
You saw me
I know.
get that can of Monster before the show, and you know that everything changes when the Caffeine Nation attacks.
Ooh, the Caffeine Nation. Caffeine vendor, Sam DeLev. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Zeki, so are you directing us like to go that way?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. I blast a hole of fire the other way to like set some trees and vines and stuff on fire in the different direction than we're going.
Roll a heart roll. That's just kind of blasting, it's not really very precise. You can roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2, Pin.
That doesn't seem like the best for the environment.
3 successes.
3 successes, yeah. You shoot.
It'll keep them busy.
Yeah, massive
Definitely
jet of
keep 'em
flame
busy.
that just like lights up the night and like sets all these vines on fire, and you hear the swamp benders like, whoa! And they all like dive like underneath the surface for a second, and then suddenly they're shooting jets of water. They're trying to put everything out. They're super distracted.
I grabbed my little satchel that was on the outside of the cage. Has my war paint in it.
Okay.
I reach into the satchel and take out like a 2 green, and I go like this to make it look like vines on my face and be like, all right, let's go. Rebellion against the swamp people complete.
Not until we get into the canoe.
Come on, let's go. It's okay, Arzu. Don't worry about the environmental impacts.
If you don't run, they're going to eat you.
Ah! and the fire gets bigger. Splash.
By the way, we did hit Double Dragon there, so Mosh and Pin, you're gonna fight that dragon.
Come on, let's go. And I just start telling Arzu about the ways that like some forests like can't flourish unless they like go through fire occasionally as we make our sneaky
I
way
read about that once.
toward
That's
the
right.
leaf boats.
I'm just sitting with the oar ready. Come on.
Let's go.
Grandpa, get in. We need your brute strength.
All right, I'm in.
I set
right.
the other boats on fire.
Ooh. You know what? You rolled 3 before, so I'm just gonna give you that because you're on a roll right now, and you just blast all the boats in the vicinity. So we'll say the 5 of you jump into this boat that Mosh has got an oar and is ready to go, and that oar is sort of like a kind of a big carved stick, you know, like a,
Yeah.
and
then
I feel like I
it's
can
more like
enable this
pushes it
boat
on the bottom, right? Yeah,
to go quickly in water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
that could help.
I would actually like to help with that. What I want to do is essentially create a wave in the mud, not the water, the mud beneath it that propels us and the water on top of it forward.
Yes.
Okay, that's a very precise.
Right.
Okay.
We're basically doing
I'm
like
gonna plant
earthquakes and
my
tsunami
butt
like
Exactly.
joint.
with
Right.
oar to steer.
Ruddering.
Yeah.
So here
There.
for all of this teamwork.
All right, so you roll your help roll. That's a mind roll. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 3. Your number is 3, Zako.
Yeah. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. That is success with cost. So.
But it's an assist to
But
my
it's
thing.
right. But it's an assist to your thing, right? So you just get help, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not your own. So you can roll 4, right? And
That would be 4 successes, one of which is a spirit world.
okay, yeah. You. Between the two of you,
Into it.
this leaf thing is just shooting like a motorboat, and you are holding on for dear. Yeah. Yeah, and all of a sudden,
I'm steering here. Can you victory at the front?
I'm gonna tie a little seatbelt around you. I'm gonna take like a little vine and just like fasten you in.
Thank you. And you're hitting trees left and right because it's pitch black out here. I mean, you've got only
Safety
the
first.
moonlight.
Hey, Arzu.
Yeah. You can't fight
Can you
them.
make a little lamp so I can see so I stop hitting trees?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Why don't
That's the
you?
cutest band ever.
Why don't you make a mind roll for that, Arzu?
Okay.
You can roll 3. You want to roll under your number? Under your number.
2 spirit worlds, 2 successes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you had a spirit world. Okay. So yeah,
So
you
that's
get
4 successes or?
No. It's,
okay.
Yeah.
2 spirit. Right. So 2 successes total. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that absolutely works. The light comes on and your steering starts getting immediately.
Oh, that's better.
And all of a sudden,
how'd
in
you
your
do
mind,
that?
the voice of the spirits come through. Spirit world, do you have a question?
What obstacles do we have coming up with all of these like gator bows? Like what's around the river bend?
You could encounter gator wolves.
Okay.
There are a lot of gator
that's
wolves
the next
in this
step, right.
area.
Cool. We should be ready for gator wolves, you guys.
Yeah, look out for them. It kind of
What
looks
the
like
heck is a gator
A
wolf?
thing you're gonna hit with that oar.
Cool.
and yeah, gator wolves are, picture an alligator with kind of wolf fur and
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
It can go by land or by sea.
But there are also raptor boas, so that could get you too. You are going. Oh, you also had a spirit world, right? Yeah. So yeah, spirit world. What can I tell you?
Tell me one fun fact about raptor boas.
Raptor boas.
Has to be a fun fact.
Has to be really fun. Just the
really
most
fun
the funnest fact about raptor boas.
The funnest fact about raptor boas is that their venom, if given in small enough amounts, is a cool party type hallucinogen.
We're
That is
children.
You
We're
wanted the most
16.
fun fact. You
Yeah.
Two
didn't
of
say
us are
kid friendly.
16. We're here for this.
Oh yeah, totally into it.
We're definitely old enough for
Yeah, it's
this.
the kind
I'm
of
definitely
things
old
kids
enough, too.
whisper
Don't ask
to
me
each
my
other
age,
on the
though.
playground. It's like, I got some raptor boa venom. Should we do some raptor boa venom?
Thanks for doing raptor boa venom. Okay, so that was my one question. Wow. My
Good
second.
too.
Yeah, I got another
Yeah,
one.
one more question. What can I tell you?
Hi, Spirit World.
How's it going?
It's going really weird right now, actually. Can we tell if anyone is following us?
You are definitely being followed. You've got a little bit of a lead because
The boats were all burned.
Yeah,
Epic.
Pin burned
Yeah.
all the boats. So it's like, yeah, they're going to be following you, but they're right now at a safe distance.
Okay.
And
You're also
we gotta
going
be
very fast.
We're so fast, you guys.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. We slowed down on the 10 trees I hit, but it's fine. We're good now.
Look, there's a
Yeah.
little slowdown on the 10, but now we're really gonna move.
Perfect. We got through the traffic.
Wow, that's real insider LA.
It's very LA.
Yeah, and you are now sort of making your way through the swamp trees,
Downtown.
And it is
Bending fast.
yeah, it's dark. And what do you want to do? Where are you headed? What are you looking for?
I have a compass.
You do have a compass. Everyone got an item, and the way his item was the stone chopsticks, and her item was the bag of war paint. Zeki here has a compass.
Because I wanted to go exploring someday. And Zachary very kindly filched that from me at one point. What?
I did no such thing. I bought it
Yeah.
and gave it
From a
to them as
legitimate
gift.
vendor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is entirely what happened.
Yeah, I confuse it with all of the slander that is continuously
There is much slander.
levied against us.
Mhm.
But yeah, where are we? Y'all have any particular votes about where we want to go? I mean, I kind of want to go back home, but I wanted to find Court too. That's why we came out here, right? Yeah.
Well, I was headed to a place before the swamp people, like, nabbed me.
But where are you heading?
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be this fortress that Fire Nation wasn't interested in. And I was going to go there and, like, you know, decide what my next move was going to be. It's like, it's supposed to be
That's
basically...
some pretty good thinking ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be, like, just northwest of us. Or where I think we were.
All right.
A fortress the Fire Nation wasn't interested in? Whose fortress is it?
Dude, Gramps, I don't know. I just know that they weren't
Legit
interested
question.
in it.
Can
Okay.
I tell if she's lying or
What's
not?
with the 20 questions?
Can
was
you
one
tell if
question.
she's lying?
I forgot how social roles work.
Yeah, no, I can't do that against another player.
That's
so,
valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm being completely honest.
Okay.
Just what a liar would say.
All right. So, plan. We hit up this fortress, have some solitude, and use it to figure out our next moves, yeah? Everyone ready?
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I
All
want
right.
to make sure we don't forget about Court.
Yeah.
We got to do that from a position of strength, not a position of, they're chasing us.
Oh, they're chasing us. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
I know exactly which way northwest is. Let's go.
I shit you.
Yeah.
I imagine you
I'm just
move my arm accordingly.
Yeah, so there's like the actual rudder, and then there's your arm, which
Yeah.
I'm turning as a
you're
rudder.
turning
Right.
because I'm holding on for dear life.
Yeah, so it's one hand bend, one hand rudder. Kid.
We're all very heavy.
I'm making seatbelts for everyone. Everyone's getting
Seatbelts,
seatbelts.
everyone.
Yeah, and you start to move out, and then it seems to be going smooth for a little while when you feel like this bump at the bottom of the boat. And
rocks.
yeah, and then there's another bump at the bottom of the boat. And
You're the earthbender, Tony?
And then there's like a sort of a really harsh jolt coming from
Ah,
underneath you.
I get motion
All right.
sick.
That's not me, I swear.
It's the end of the line?
This
think I
might
might
be
have to
those
puke.
gator wolves that are around here.
Take the oar out of the boat.
Yeah, let's get ready.
Yeah, you are standing, you still have the lanterns,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
you kind of make out some shapes in the water. They are underneath the swamp. You don't
Oh,
really get a good
okay.
look unless you want to try and roll for a good look or something. But
Yeah, let's roll for a better look.
sure, you can make a mind roll. That's kind of precise action. You can roll 2.
Can I assist?
Okay.
Yeah, you can assist.
I'm just gonna bend a little bit of the water away so it isn't looking through quite so much depth.
yeah, that's like call that also a mind roll. You can roll 3.
3 successes, go ahead. One's a spirit world.
So you can roll 3, and then we'll get back to you. Second,
Oh, I can roll 3 or 4?
you can roll 3 now.
Okay, great. Below my number, right?
Mind
yeah.
roll.
3 successes.
Yeah, you absolutely see the shape of gator wolves.
That's a
Maybe-
gator wolf. That's terrifying. And just flames go up. So instead of just like little lamps of flame, they're now pillars of flame.
And while those pillars of flame are getting
Excellent.
up, you hear a voice in your head. Spirit world, what can I tell you?
Best way to dissuade, best way to persuade gator wolves that much more delicious meals are over there.
in swamp benders chasing us.
Beta wolves are, very primitive, hunger-driven kind of predators.
Right, but I'm thinking, like, you don't need to outrun the tiger,
I mean, probably the best way to get rid of a gator wolf is like probably a hard show of force just to drive them away. It's like, I don't know if there's any way to convey to them that more food's on the way. Like, you can try and keep them busy till the others get here and then make a break for it or something like that.
I think hitting them in the face is an excellent definition of busy. There's one ore, there's earthbender, there are 2 firebenders, and there are additional hitty sticks if anyone desires that particular method. Let's go.
So at this
Also
point,
fire.
have you water bended the water away from one of the...
Yeah, you can
I
probably...
blast it, I roast it with fire.
Sure, that's a good opening move.
Yeah.
You
Just partially, because I want the other ones to be like, oh, what? This isn't Fred anymore. This is me. So they'll go after Fred.
That's a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your
Stealing
number
frenzies.
is 2
Yeah.
pin.
Solid. Works for sharks.
You can
You're
roll
making
3.
chum.
You can chum in the water? Solid.
I'm sorry, how many?
You can roll 3. You have advanced spending.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Cool.
Yeah.
3 successes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
good at
blast the
blasting
hell out of
things.
that gator wolf, and the fire just boils the water around it away, and it just shrieks, and it just turns tail and just zips off into the water. And in fact, it's so afraid it takes one of the other 4 with it. So there are 2 left because that success was just so overwhelming. And now there's 1 left, or I guess 1 left. And that gator wolf, as it sees the other one shriek off, it just sort of jumps across the water, knocking the whole canoe over and knocking you all into the water with it. Your lanterns go out, and it is dark again, and it sort of sinks back into the water and disappears.
I can't swim. I would like to bend them all up onto the surface of the water now and start working like righting the boat and all of that good water bendy stuff with people in water
Well,
and
Zaki,
kiddo who don't swim.
Okay.
I can assist with this. If you're successful, if the moment I could breathe and get out of the water and like see, I'll handle the boat by lifting the earth under the boat to tip it back right.
There it
So you're basically like resetting the boat in the water.
There it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, that's not bad. So first you make a roll that's going to be a mind roll. You want to roll under your number. You
Yeah.
roll
Yeah,
3.
first boat and then I dump kids
Yeah.
into boat.
Yeah,
Solid.
this is gonna be.
Your number is 2. You can roll 3.
Mm-hmm. So.
And you're trying to roll under your number.
Okay, I got 1 success. I'm gonna use 1.
Oh, but it's an assist. It's good.
Oh, it's an assist. That's right.
Right.
Thank you.
That's all you need. So
Yeah.
Woo!
you
know I can put it
now
in
can roll 4 because it's a bending roll. It is also a mind roll, very precise action.
Dope. 4 successes. One of which is a spirit roll.
Wow. Yeah. So it works.
I can buy a
perfect
little help
customer,
for my
thank you.
friends. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, check that order, Muppet.
Yeah, 147. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I know people are super generous with us. They're given in large amounts. It's like everything is good. So we are super grateful for everything. Thank you, everybody. We are. I think our next tier is the Bloodbender. Zeki here gets a one-time power to Bloodbend, and if we get to $300, then we'll play a bonus game next week for Halloween.
Halloween monsters.
And it sort of works exactly like that. You as concentrated efforts, you both start doing your bending, and you pick the boat back up, using water, and you pick your friends back up and put them back in.
Are you okay?
Yes, my seatbelts.
They were so good that they kept us in the boat.
I know.
And while you're sort of getting back in, that gator wolf just takes another ram at the boat, and it doesn't quite knock it over this time, but it
not cool,
sends
buddy,
you like
not
shifting
cool.
back and forth. Also in the distance, you can start to hear the sounds of shouting. I think they went this way, Paul.
We should make some more fire together.
Okay. Do you want to just set all of this ish on fire?
Here, I have an idea.
That seems
And
really
I
intense.
want to lean over
Let's
the boat.
do it.
Seki, hold me.
Got you.
And I want to try and lift a ground wall up to the surface of the water so that the boats coming toward us will hit that and go into the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. That's
Check my sneaky, tricky kid out here.
The thing just did it to us. It gave me the idea.
Let's
Sure.
call that a heart roll, I guess. It's not a super precise action. It's more like a
No, it's
raw
just
power,
all of it.
right? You're picking up. So you want to roll over your number. Your number, Mosh, is 2. You can roll 3.
And I'm assisting by stabilizing her as
Helping
she leans over the boat. I got like my crutch.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like a seatbelt just to hang on.
Yeah, you can
Pulling
roll a
onto it
heart
like a
roll
Disney
for that.
ride.
You wanna roll,
Yeah, no, 100% crutch Disneyland securement.
roll over your number. You can roll 2.
Cool. You're a real cool person.
Thanks.
I don't help, but I
It's
think you're a
okay.
cool person.
You're still holding me in the boat as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be help.
3 successes,
See,
1 is my number.
I helped so hard.
Wow. Yeah, and as you were, you start pulling up this mud wall, and it's still kind of pitch black out, and you can hear like the sounds of oars, and you hear like, "Oh, they went this way!" And while that's going on, a voice just appears in your head, and it's like, "Spirit world, what can I tell you?"
No. Are we in the path? Like, the path that we're currently on towards the fortress? Are we in the path of where they sacrifice for this swamp god? Are we in that section of the swamp?
I mean,
Because I don't want to be anywhere near this swamp god.
yes, you are. You are in
Dang
the
it.
vicinity. The swamp is very big, and there's not like necessarily a particular section. They sort of just
Oh, there's no, like, specific altar?
they just kind of send people out into the swamp and just like sort of leave them to be found. We'll say is that like right. There's not like an altar. They just kind of leave people like just kind of in the water, trussed
Okay.
up, and just wait
So
for
it's just an all-seeing, child-eating swamp monster.
all-seeing child-eating
Great.
swamp monster. And you as you pull up that mud wall, you hear from the other
That
side.
thought comes
just like-
through my head. Oh boy.
You hear a couple of boats hit, and you hear like a bunch of vine benders just go spill into the water, and they're like, "Oh,
And more
man!"
chum, there we are.
And they quickly vine bend themselves sort of like out of the water. They're picking it up, but like they're kind of like trying to get their boats back upright.
I blast everything with fire.
I help.
Oh my god.
Okay, sure.
The
That
plan
is-
seems to be working for us so far. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill
Might
it
as
with
well.
fire.
Pattern
Sure.
recognition.
Yeah.
So you're blasting and you're helping?
Yeah.
Okay, you roll first. The help roll, Arzu's 5. I assume as a firebender, you're just kind of.
Well, actually, because I think that with Pin, what happens is Pin is just like fire, and ours is like, okay, let's make sure we don't hurt ourselves. Let's make sure it's going in kind of the direction we want to. Let's like make sure it's like environmentally safe.
Okay, let's
so
call
just,
that.
like, channeling it.
Let's call that a mind roll. You
Yeah.
want to roll under your number. You can roll 3 because this is a bending roll. You have advanced bending thanks to the audience from last week.
2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, that absolutely gets the help done. And now, Pin, you are going to try and just blast the hell out of them. So you roll.
Responsibly.
Yeah,
Thanks.
blast the hell out of them responsibly.
Yeah, you got this. I believe in you. Safe and secure.
Alright, 3 successes.
3 successes.
The third is what makes it responsible.
Yeah.
So yeah, you absolutely just light up those boats, and you can hear the swamp benders on the other side, like, "Oh damn, jeez!" And they're just, they sound like the sheriff from Dukes of Hazzard. It's kind of like, "Oh damn it, God, the boss is gonna be so angry at me when he finds out."
This seems like an amazing time to start up Operation Motorboat again.
Okay,
Motorbend? Motorbend.
you all did that pretty well before,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna let you say that essentially you
Nope,
pick
yeah.
right up where you
Getaway
are,
time.
and you start making way, and you just hear from behind you, it's like, "That's all right, the swamp monster will get y'all. Good luck, kids.
There isn't a swamp monster.
We were just gonna
Dork.
throw you in the swamp anyway, so you're just giving us what we want."
That's just
man.
a kid's. That's just a kid's. That's a kid's story.
Well,
They're
guess
just
what?
jealous.
The gator wolves are gonna get you.
There ain't no
Yeah.
gator. Oh, she's probably right. We should get out of here.
I lean over to Maj. I'm like, they're just jealous because you threw them in the swamp.
Yeah.
Good work.
Do we have the ore?
Yeah, you still have it.
Oh, okay, cool. Just checking. I didn't know if I had to like use my arms this time to like.
Now I wish I said you hadn't had it. But yeah, no, you still have the oar.
Okay. While I was leaning out the boat, it's like floating by after I do the wall, and it's
Perfect.
like, oh, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, so
just bend it back.
Pin reaches into her satchel and pulls out, like, I guess, on top of the green, does some gray and makes the green vine look like it was a gator wolf. Gator wolf rebellion complete.
You're a really good artist.
Yeah, you
I
guys
think
should
you
change
two-
tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you go, you start sailing off into the
Best
night.
friend.
And things are calm and kind of peaceful. And as you go, eventually the night goes on and the first crack of sun starts to appear.
I'd
on
like
the
to try and
horizon.
make snacks for everyone.
Yes,
like
please, I'm
forage,
hungry.
like forage, I don't know, like any like berries or whatever that were like floating by, or like fruit. Is there any fruit? Is there any sort of fruit? Yeah, what do you eat in swamps? Salad? I'm making salad.
Gator wolves, probably.
It's a fairly rich
Sugar cane,
ecosystem. So you have insects, which means that you have birds that eat insects, which means you have roasted bird.
I make
At least if you have Firebender.
I try to roast a bird.
You
Maybe
try to roast a
freshwater
bird.
eels.
Roll a mind roll. You want to roll under your number? You can roll 3.
Yay. Are there fish in the swamp?
There are like
2 successes.
crustaceans, crabs, like things
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
it's gonna be crabs. It's gonna be shellfish. Yeah.
Cool.
2 successes.
And
2
they're best
successes,
roasted in
yeah.
their shell anyway. Alive.
You managed to catch what kind of a bird do you catch? A fish hawk.
A fish hawk.
Yeah,
Right.
a fish hawk.
It's a flying fish.
Yeah, flying fish.
I would like to go fishing for us too. If we feast on a bird, why not? This might be our last meal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I like
a
that.
mind roll. You want to roll under your number.
May I assist by bending them right out so she can like thwap them with an oar?
Yes, please.
Yes.
The bend and thwap.
Absolutely, you can. Strangely Raider, thank you.
Strangely Raider.
I just like to make the cannon. You just see me like looking over the side of the boat, just being like, how do I fish? Like imagining, do I lift a rock? But that's a really specific. I have to wait for the crustacean to go over the rock, and that's what I've been doing. I've been waiting for this one crab to go over the one rock that I can see.
And silent as death, I just lean over and whisper, I got you.
Roll 3. That is, we'll call that, I guess, a
Yep.
heart roll or something.
Yep, I'm good for that. I got a spirit roll too.
Great.
Otherwise, all good.
So you will get to roll 2 now.
Okay.
Because you come from a city, you're not much of a fisherman. That is a mind roll. You want to roll under your
I'm
number.
rerolling.
Are you
You're
rolling? Are those under your number?
No,
Mm.
I am not a mind.
Just laughing at with
Heart
him.
number is 2.
Well,
Your
she's
number.
just throwing
yeah.
them with the oar now.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I forget. So I guess what happens is I thwack that way.
Oh, right. You're just thwacking with an oar. You're not
No.
Yeah.
fishing, are you?
No,
right?
no,
Yeah.
'cause
You're right. I should have
Yeah,
switched
it's
that.
just
That's a heart roll, so you should have got that. So,
Okay, I
Yeah.
will take this back, and that was 2 successes.
yes, that's 2 successes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. That was the fishing roll. Was
Yeah,
the
just
mind
like,
roll.
boom.
Yeah, and you absolutely hit one of those fish, and you get a couple of them, and now you've got roast bird, and you got fish, and the 5 of you are sitting down.
And I
Some
have
just
wilted
Count
cabbage
some water
leaves.
and you guys can steam it.
Yeah, let's do some steamed fish. That's easy. You grab some leaves with the water,
Fire.
and then just like, steam it.
Fire.
We got this.
I
That's
haven't got to cook
elementary.
since the kitchen incident.
I know.
And see, look how much you've grown out of it.
I know we haven't said anything. Well,
Hey,
we haven't said anything while
I have
cooking
some
on
wilted
fire.
cabbage
good
too.
news, Mosh. You're not going to burn down any kitchens here.
I didn't burn it down. You burned it down. I just did the rest.
That's right. That was me.
And while you're talking, you hear like this little like sort of a flapping of wings, just like you hear these huge like just majestic flaps, and you sort of look up into the sky above you, and the sky just sort of circling. There's just this penguin just gliding, just Majestically, yeah. I just can't come up with another word that captures it as well.
Magnificent.
Glamorously.
Glamorously, magnificent. It all true. And,
You just got it right the first time.
Yeah,
You did.
and it comes down and it skims along the surface of the water, just glides like it's the smoothest landing you have ever seen. And then it sort of hops up onto your boat and it sort of waddles over. And it reaches into this messenger bag that it's carrying, and it's got a bunch of messages from the people.
I'm glad I didn't roast it.
I am also glad.
Yeah, and the first message is from Dark of Nate, who says, no puns today, just genuine glee at the show and characters. Please do more episodes in this universe. Dark of Nate, I gotta tell you, I've been having a blast with Avatar. I'm really giving it some thought.
Almost as much of a blast as Markia.
Almost. Yeah, I am really...
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm really giving this one a thought of a revisit, maybe more than anything we've ever done. We sort of talked last week about just how great this universe is.
It's so good.
It's a really nice universe.
Yeah, watch Avatar if you haven't seen it. It's great. And thank you, Dark of Me. And Tyler Boyce says, if the city is as magnificent as its wall, Ba Sing Se must be something to behold. I hope you all may see it someday if we don't burn it to the ground first.
Oh, dang.
Hey, who knows? The Fire Nation's at the gates. Maybe they'll burn the whole place down.
Ba Sing Se is just one big kitchen.
Yeah, what could
Waiting to be burned
possibly
down.
stop General Iroh from burning the city now? Nothing could change his mind, right?
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
No circumstances.
No.
And yeah, thank you. And some redshirt says Earth, air, fire, water, and tonight Spirit, all 5 elements. Thank you, some redshirt.
And heart.
Wait,
And
which one of
heart.
you has spirits?
I think that would be right, right?
I think that's the boas.
I think we are all spirit benders.
The venoms. There we go, there's the spirits.
And our friend Aki from our Fantastic Four game, says, thank you for encouraging people to vote and be active in their political community. We are so proud to represent you as fans and have you represent us as role players. Love you guys. Thank you, Aki. And as long as you're bringing it up again, everybody please vote. Go register.
God.
Check your registration. Make sure you have not been purged. And don't let anybody tell you you don't know enough or you don't know what you believe. Just get out there and just vote.
There's
vote.
like so many resources online to like learn more, even if you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like or just tweet at us and we'll like tweet you.
There's a command.
Yeah, exclamation point, vote US. Type that in the chat.
Yeah, please. And finally, DJ Phoenix says, thank you all for everything you do to bring us joy. You are all heartbenders. Thank you, DJ Phoenix. And
That
I
was really
think
cute.
Here's your heart.
that is all of them. Oh, wait, sorry. Gotta finish this off, right? Yeah, sorry. And
Poke a
on that...
take a stick, poke a bit of the fish. Thanks for the messages.
and the fact
Do you want some of the bird? Oh no, not the bird.
takes the fish and
The bird's here. The bird's.
and on that, it jogs down the length of the canoe.
Jogs?
Yes, it's just sort of like, Mario style, really pushing up the arms as it goes. Yep.
And I just like bend under it to like give it some lift off.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
And with that, it takes off on this jet of water and just shoots into the air and then spreads its majestic penguin wings and soars out of the swamp.
That was really pretty.
Say hi to a daily.
Aww. And you hear...
I'm sure a daily would love that.
Yeah, we miss the penguins.
I love it so much.
And that leaves you sitting there eating breakfast. And while you're eating breakfast, you see around you, it's like the sun is starting to come up, and you can see now the swamp is very alive. You can make out the images, the ears of gator wolves moving through the water. You can see like the raptor boas kind of wrapping, going around the trees, and just everything seems to be okay. Nothing is really attacking you right now.
We stayed up so late past our bedtime.
I know. What do you think would happen if we got bit by one of those snakes?
I read once that apparently if you take even just like a lick of their poison, apparently it's a really good party, but I don't quite understand what this book was trying to tell me.
Kind of seems like you'd be your own party. You wouldn't need snake venom. But that's just me.
I think that's a really good way to live life. I just wish I was that brave. Anyway.
I'm gonna take some of my breakfast and I'm gonna go off to the side and sit by Zacho. and say, do we really have any kind of end game for getting back home? The Fire Nation broke through the walls, dude.
I don't know. I've been thinking about that. I mean,
back there. Can't take those kids back there.
No.
They're like 3.
But I guess we don't have to.
No.
Hey, perfect customer, thank you.
Thank you for Cosima.
Thunder
And
Cabbage.
Thunder Cabbage.
Thank you for the sub.
Thunder Cabbage.
Thundercat
Awesome.
cabbages.
Thunder
That's a
Cabbage.
good ship name.
158. I wonder. I bet Chaos is winning.
Who's the thunder?
Let's see.
You're the cabbage.
No, order's winning right now.
Order is winning. Sam does Instamath.
Oh.
Sam Math. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Which side are you on?
And Thunder Cabbage sends their reroll to the table.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, our only plan right now is to just find Court. But
If we can. I mean, we have no hints. Like, was she on the caravan? Is she still back in the detention facility outside Ba Sing Se? We have no idea, and we have no way of finding out without going to, like, a Fire Nation camp or something. I don't want to put these kids back in danger.
In the background, I'm juggling 3 fireballs.
And we're just watching.
We're just watching, yeah.
And you're just watching. Yeah, you're watching them juggle the fireballs, and the two of you are talking.
well, if we go to this fortress and talk to someone there.
Dark Grenade, thank you.
Awesome.
Chaos takes the lead again.
If we go to this fortress, we might be able to ask someone if they know where these Fire Nation caravans were going. That might give us a hint, but I don't know. Beyond that,
I mean, I heard some of them talking about how they want to get back there and just... I think we've just got to find them a place to settle.
I agree.
And while you're talking, so one of you make a mind roll.
Yeah.
One of you older kids. Who's supposed to be keeping a lookout right now?
I'm the explorer,
You're
and
the
I'm the
explorer?
lookout. Like, we've kind of established, like, that I just kind of have my eyes on a swivel.
Make a mind roll. Smoke Beers. So Chaos is definitely winning now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make a mind roll. Roll 2. You are the explorer, but it's unfamiliar surroundings.
I got a success.
That's a success. And while you're talking here with Zacho, it starts to dawn on you that it seems to be getting quieter in the swamp. The sounds of the birds and the animals in the background sort of seem to be dying off. And once it kind of finally gets to you, you look around and, like, you see that, like, you know, those gator wolf ears that were sort of swimming in the back of, you know, are kind of gone, and you look around in the trees and you don't see any of those raptor boas anymore.
Zacho,
Yeah.
you know when, like, little kids run away because, like, one of the big kids is about to come in and bully them?
Yeah.
Swamp monster.
And as they say that, you hear this, you know...
Is that your stomach, Mosh?
We should probably get moving again.
Huh,
Yeah.
that wasn't Mosh's stomach. What was that?
I'm definitely full. It's something we're about to deal with, all right?
Pin
we got
reaches
this.
over into the water and gets like a handful of water and scrubs her face clean. New day, new rebellion.
Are
Yeah.
you sure you're only 12 and a half?
Yeah.
You seem so, like, you already know what you want to do with your life? Wow.
Wow.
I want to live it. I find new things.
Seems you just
And
want to
then
rebel.
rebels.
So right now, where are the two of you? You're sitting.
They're in the back of the boat, right?
You're in the
We're
back
all
of the boat,
front
and the three are in the front of the boat.
For
Okay.
balance.
As that happens, you start to feel the boat jar a little bit, and then you hear like that again, and then the boat sort of starts to pick up, and you start to realize there is something beneath you again, and it is sort of got you on it, and you are no longer sort of sailing freely. It is now
Oh,
carrying your course.
Seki, this isn't me.
Do we have any direct contact with the water at this point?
I mean,
Or are we just
you
on the
could.
top of the thing's head?
You are sort of. You are sort of still on the surface of the water.
So
but
if I
it's-
wanted
yeah.
to bend water
up into a column under our boat to like.
Oh my God, Tinksy, thank you.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
hey.
Tinksy.
Thank you, Tinksy. Welcome back.
Thank you. To just sort of like get some height over this thing,
And I'll pee.
we have access to the water to do that. Because I'd like to bend us, like, way up. Like, it would have to do a proper jump, and, like, maybe people who are inclined to blasting and assisting in blasting
Okay.
and whacking with objects might have an opportunity to do that.
Dorothy and Canada, thank you for the show. Yeah,
Hypothetically
absolutely.
speaking.
I want to. I don't know if assisting. I just want to peek to know what it is.
Okay.
While
I'm
they're
not
doing
looking.
this.
I'm
Oh,
my
no,
eyes.
that is
totally
good
looking.
life.
So that is a heart roll. I think you're just pulling up the water, right? You're just trying to create this column to bring everybody up. So it's sort of like
Yeah, just
pure
like-
power.
I'm not only looking, I'm like, you know where, okay, you know how you like sit on an edge? I'm doing the reverse of that to like hang my body off the side of the boat so my hands are free.
Okay. Sure. You're getting into position to kind of to blast. You make your roll. That's a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number, Zeki, is a 5.
And Zacho, Zeki's scared and doesn't bend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're pulling on that.
Then
What-
I'll still look.
Whatever is beneath you is still sort of hidden by the water, and it is just sort of just dragging you down the current.
I wish I was braver so I can make you feel braver
Is the
too.
water very murky?
Yeah,
If
like,
I stuck my
don't
head in
see
it,
the-
would I be missing
The water is swamp water. Yeah, it's super. I mean, you can give it a shot, but like,
I don't think that.
Yeah,
I got you, buddy.
Okay.
I would like to try and. I assume I can't like see the like actual shape of this thing, but I can like know where it is.
I mean, it must be in some sense directly beneath
us.
you. Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to try and do is just like create a giant hole in the mud underneath it, like as big a one as
like a
possible.
sinkhole.
Creature.
A sinkhole, like a
Yeah.
sinkhole directly underneath the creature, as big as I can.
Okay. That is. I mean, also, that is that's like. That's probably a heart roll. I'm trying to think. Do we think that's a precise action or not?
Well,
Creating a sinkhole in a specific location?
Yeah. Okay, that's a mind roll. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 3. Your number is 3. Zacho.
1 success, but I'm going to re-roll one of those.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
It's 1 success, so it's a success at cost, and you open up a bit of a sinkhole, which seems to scare whatever the hell it is beneath you, and that thing suddenly like jolts up, and like suddenly you're all like kind of shaken and like thrown, off your feet. No one's thrown out of the boat, but just that was pretty violent.
Yeah.
And now you could see that, like, sort of, if you look over, now you can see whatever it is you were on. It's sort of like this just tangled mess of mud and seaweed, whatever it is, and it's just kind of carrying you now, like it's top of its head.
Us?
Yeah, whatever it is, it's like sort of sticking out over the water. It's almost like you're on like the back of a whale or something like that. But it's like this kind of muddy, swampy mess.
Well, just before you do that, I want to clean the mud off of it so we know what it is.
No.
Why?
I was gonna bake the mud onto it.
It hasn't attacked us yet. I'm scared it's something not. I mean, we don't know if it's.
I don't know
evil
what it
yet, and
is,
It's not
yeah.
attacking us.
Is
it's
this
just-
swamp
do it.
falcor?
Can I
Swamp
assist
Falcor.
Masha's roll? Because I see that Zeki is scared, so like I want to try and be brave and like open my eyes and like look over the side. So if I can assist by like telling you what it's like.
Okay,
using
we'll call
perception.
that
sometimes
a mind roll. You want to
Okay.
roll under your number. Your number, Arzu, is 4. You can roll 1.
Great.
I'm basically doing the thing of
You get an extra. die.
everyone is scared, but sometimes it's just a spooky thing behind a curtain, and it's not actually spooky. Get rid of the curtain.
Yeah, and you can roll 4 now. That is, I'd say because a heart roll, you're sort of like blasting mud.
This is the hope that when you look under the bed, there's nothing there.
You want to roll
It's
over
just
your
a swamp
number?
falcor.
You
It's
can
just
roll
a swamp
4.
falcor.
Your
It's just a
number is
swamp
2.
falcor. Roll for swamp falcor.
Amazing.
Fun. 3 success or 4 successes. 1 is my number.
4
Yeah.
successes is your number. Yeah, so that's
What mud? It has
absolutely
never
gonna
been
blast
muddy in
the
its
mud
life.
away.
Clean.
But,
I give it a bath.
My bad.
do you want your question?
Oh,
Spirit World, do you have a question?
well, yeah, but I don't want to.
Can she see what it is?
Can she see
first?
what it is?
You
first?
want to find out the
I
answer?
kind of do. I
Sure.
don't want to. I don't want to ask a spoiler question or anything.
Okay, you absolutely just, 4 successes, you blast the mud from this thing with just a controlled blast that just removes the mud.
Like a
and-
hairdryer.
Yeah, like it just perfectly, and you can start to see that like since like only like the top of it is exposed.
Okay, since that was so many successes, can I say that I gather all of the muck and grossness off of it in a wad above it, just in case it is bad, so that I can drop it on its head?
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Cool.
And with 4 successes, you pull that up and all of a sudden suck the mud off of it, and you find yourself looking at some kind of creature you have never seen before. It is this kind of humongous, white, furry, kind of bison-looking thing.
Hey, guess what?
And as you sort of pull it up, you pull it up out of the water, and it just does not stop. It just sort of like lifts off out of the swamp with your head on its back.
This is bad!
Would I have read about these?
You have heard in legend, you know that. I mean, you have probably all heard legends of the Airbenders from long ago. They have not been around in centuries.
I'm still hanging
is-
upside down in
Here's
front
that?
of it.
I think it
You're-
is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're hanging upside down. You
Oh my
go right
gosh.
into its face, and it just sort of like this big
Yeah.
gigantic tongue comes out and just like licks your face.
It licked me!
My
Yeah,
hands go to my face and the ball drops as far as we've come up.
yeah. That all drops, but you're just keep flying, and you're sitting on this boat on the back of this sky bison, and you just sort of soar out of the swamp and into the clouds.
I'm trying to hold on to the fur.
Seatbelts,
Communicate
everyone!
with
Grab the
it.
fur!
It at you, and
Like, hey!
Do I know what a seatbelt is?
Hey! You!
Clearly,
carriage.
contextually.
BB!
and it just sort of makes a sound, and it just sort of nods its head, and it just keeps flying.
What's your
Hey,
name,
we're-
big guy?
We're trying to go northwest. That way!
And you know what I will say is that amazingly, you pull out your compass, Zeki, and you see that it actually is flying you northwest. And as it soars through the clouds, the sun rising in the background, you see this sort of fortress high up on a mountain. And it is what you have sort of heard about in these stories about this fortress that the firebenders are not interested in. And immediately you can possibly see why the firebenders are not interested in it, because it is virtually inaccessible to anybody who cannot fly. It is so high
It's
up.
the Erie.
And this thing just soars up towards the castle, like right up on the side, it just flies up over sort of the side and into the middle of it, and it sort of sets down and it lands.
I've been braiding its hair.
Yeah, you're braiding it hair, and it just every once in a while leads back, and its tongue just sort of like comes back and just licks you, just totally slimes you. And it sets down, and you find yourself in the middle of this empty courtyard in what looks like it used to be some sort of ancient airbender temple or fortress of some
Whoa.
kind.
Is this the fortress you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, this is like what it was described in the maps in the journal I found.
Wait, what?
What?
Who's maps and journal?
Wait, what? Why are you talking?
Because
I
you
go
were
over
talking.
to the air bison,
Sky Bison, yes?
sky bison. Pull out some war paint and put like little swamp on its cheeks. Be like, yeah, swamp rebellion completed. Nice done.
I just cleaned that.
Yeah, this is a mark of honor. Mom.
Right.
I think we should really vote on whatever we do to Frank here.
Frank?
I think it's a very fitting name. I feel like we should maybe also vote on a name.
Well, I mean, it's
What
not
kind of
really
name
is that? I've never heard anything like Frank.
It is a weird name.
There's no Z
Just
in it.
because
Zefret.
It's actually
Is
very
it Frank?
Frank.
I like the Frank.
I thought the Z was silent, but I guess we could say the Z.
The truth about air bison.
Well,
Oh, wait,
okay,
Thunder Cabbage sends their
Sorry,
reroll
Bison.
to the table.
Yay!
Thank
Yeah.
you. Dorkland Canada sends their reroll to the sentence is not finished.
oh no.
We will find out.
They
in-
said-
To be continued.
To Rick.
Oh.
I don't know which.
Which
Oh, we don't know which Rick.
Oh.
I am going to err
Rick.
on the side of player Rick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, intentional or not.
Intentional or not, thank you, Dorkland Canada, on behalf of all Ricks everywhere. I like your style.
Go ahead.
I just very quietly pat the side of the sky, as yet unnamed Sky Bison's face, like, I can't believe I was afraid of you. Thanks, little buddy.
and in turn, hey, DJ Phoenix, thank you.
Hey, DJ
Another
Phoenix.
player vote for chaos, yeah. And as you do that, the Sky Bison sort of just snuggles up to you a little bit, and then this big gigantic tongue just shoots out of its mouth and just like blasts at you.
Perfect. While it's
Slime.
distracted, I just want to go check under its neck to see if it's got like a name tag.
Totally. Legit.
Thank you for distracting its face. I don't feel like being licked right now.
No, there's no collar, no
nothing.
tag. It looks.
It's
it
an
looks,
orphan like us.
Oh.
Well,
looks
so
like
clearly
it's an
needs to
orphan,
join our
like you.
party.
Absolutely. Hey,
Yeah.
do you like the name Frank?
The
Or
Frank.
Say Frank.
And it just, you know, and you don't kind of get a clear.
Do they look
picture.
happy?
Uh,
Is usually a yes.
it looks sort of happy enough. It's just kind of standing there, like looking at you, and then you know, as you're sort of trying to decide if it likes the name, you kind of hear like
Do you
echoing around the courtroom, a little bit of whispers.
What'd you say? Not you. What'd you guys say?
So Frank.
I didn't say anything.
Hello?
I heard something.
I
Someone
heard
said
something.
something.
Zeki, the explorer, make a mind roll.
Yeah.
Under your number, you can roll 1 because you are in totally unfamiliar territory.
It's really not cool and it's kind of creeping
success.
me out.
Success. Yeah,
Sort of
you
nervously petting the Sky Bison.
you get. By the way, the Bloodbender is unlocked.
Whoa!
So the only tier we have left, if we get
Bender's
to
fun.
$300 tonight, we will do the Halloween game next week. If not, we will take the week off.
Remember when your
either way,
snake kept
we're good.
threatening
Thank
my
you so much,
mouse
everyone.
all through Hitchhiker's Guide? And I was like, don't do it. I was like, don't do it. I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy.
It's all part of the show. Nobody's in any real danger.
Except Raven.
So yeah, the last time we got is Halloween game. I have a great idea for that game. I would love to play it.
It's a really good idea.
Thank you,
Really
everybody.
fun idea.
I mean, it might be a good idea.
It might be a good idea. But yeah, so
might be a
you
good
hear
idea.
those whispers.
Yeah.
You got one success, and you just get a sense. You look off. You're in the middle of a square courtyard. There are sort of columns and pillars. It's very typical Airbender architecture. It's very open. It's very.
Right, I'm super familiar with
Friendly.
Airbender architecture.
No,
my time
you
in
might
Europe.
not be. They might be. But yeah, it's airy and it's open and it's very bright and well lit, and you sort of get the sense that those voices are coming from just the direction ahead of you. We'll call it north.
I don't think we're alone, you guys. I'm gonna scout up ahead, keep an eye. She's like 3.
Do you want me to go
Okay.
with you? I can go with you. I can be so
Like
quiet.
3.
Why don't
And
I'll
I'm
be
not
so quiet.
everybody
Be
else?
so
We're just gonna
quiet.
stay here for right now.
I think we should go.
Just
Hey, Pin, I've got a couple questions. Not bad ones. Is that cool? Do you want to explore with us?
Like right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tyler Boyce, thank you.
Hey, boys.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Tyler.
everybody.
What
Yeah,
are your questions?
so basically, it's more like, let's just sit down and talk, because this is, okay, I know you're new to the group, but this is usually the dynamic. These are the scouts, and we are the ones that stay behind and do all the research, and then whenever we get a plan, we do it really fast, and it's really awesome, and that's usually my part, and it's really fun. But I think it'd be really cool to start figuring out, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and what we can do to add you to the team. And also, you mentioned something about a journal. Sheila likes to read a bunch. I
I
bet we
love
can
to
really
read.
use stuff.
Here's a whole book about Doom.
Yeah, you want to learn about Doom? Do you know about Doom?
There's so much doom in
I
this
found
world.
yeah,
Good
there's a lot of
callback.
Doom.
Um,
So maybe if there's like something you
It's
don't.
the themes, Rick.
Doom.
She's the smartest person I know, and I bet if there's something in that book you don't understand, I bet we could figure it out for you.
Well, I kind of understand it. It's my dad's. It's like his war journal.
Whoa.
This plots out like a number of different places that the Fire Nation is interested in, things that they're not interested in, how much of one thing and supplies villages have, and upcoming plans. And I kind of swiped it when I left.
I have a question, and Arzu actually like raises their hand.
See,
This
I
doesn't
told you
seem-
questions.
This doesn't seem like the time. This should be
I
like,
know.
we need like, I'm a battering ram.
but-
Let's just use me.
But
Let's
Fire
go fight-
Nation is all over the world,
It's like
right?
looking in a mirror.
Why'd you pick this
Is
place?
this what I'm like?
'Cause
I'm gone. I'm scouting.
Oh,
it's in the journal.
I turned to ask Zeki that, and
And Zeki has Zolied.
And,
Yeah.
and Zeki is gone, yeah. And while you're all talking, Zeki, you sort of head off towards the
What have I
north.
done?
And you're just sort of quietly looking
I'm gonna
around.
fight a dragon.
And you walk towards the source of the whispers. And,
Oh, wow. Thank you,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Good to see you.
Thank you, everybody. So yeah, you head towards the source of the whispers, and as you
Scoot toward the scout.
you scoot scout, and you head over, and as you walk over there, you hear some more. But the closer you get, all of a sudden you hear stop it.
Secrets don't make friends.
In the background, you see Penn just like, on the side of Zafrank, and the two of them like.
Yeah, you were all doing your conversation that you were just having, and suddenly the whispers just like totally quiet down, and the room is just like dead silent.
Oh well, guess I don't see anything here. I'll go back to the group. Pause, and then keep going in that direction.
Make a heart roll. You want to roll
Pour
over
some
your
water
number?
into
You can
your
roll
shoes, and then
2.
have the shoes walk back.
I got a success on a heart roll.
Okay, it kind of works, and you keep heading in that direction, and as you head in that direction, you keep walking, and then at some point, you're making your way down the hall, and your foot gets caught on a tripwire, and you hear like this click, and you kind of freeze as you don't know what's gonna happen. And you hear this voice, and it goes.
He's gonna fight you, Rick.
This voice is, go away.
So I'm here with a bunch of little kids who are trying to get out of the way of the war. Are you against little kids? Is that the kind of people you are? Do you not want to save little innocent children? One of them's basically 3. And not the youngest one chronologically.
Make another heart roll. You want to roll over your number, you can roll 2. Oh, Shalthea, thank you.
Shalthea.
Oh, wow, thank you, everybody. Oh my god.
2 successes, both of which are my number.
2 successes. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, no, I'll hang up there for a minute. And yeah, that absolutely works. And you just hear someone.
Yeah, the dragon lady's for later.
You hear this voice go, no, we don't want to save children. And then from out of the shadows, like a couple kids wearing kind of Fire Nation colors sort of start stepping out of the shadows, and they're like, we need to save our parents.
So, we have people who are looking for parents too. All of us are orphans. We help each other, yeah? There are a couple of Fire Nation kids back there too.
But you're just a kid. What are you gonna do?
We broke through the entire front lines of an army. We defeated the Swamp Nation, and we got all the way up here.
We did do that.
We're powerful. We can do anything. We will do a lot better if this tripwire right under me were disarmed.
Roll 2 hard.
Brack. Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay.
Wow.
And
So
the
that's
kids.
like 4 questions now.
Yeah, I have questions up the wall.
Oh, you have questions.
I don't want to keep
The
momentum.
kids
It's more
turn
important
and-
than
and
answers.
They all start whispering to each other, and they're just like, I think we can trust her. I think we trust. And they turn around and they go, okay, we'll disarm the tripwire, but don't try any funny stuff. And one of them holds up like a stick. and
Twice as many sticks as you noob. I don't say that.
and he gets down on his knees and he unhooks the tripwire and he's like, lucky for you, this tripwire doesn't do anything anyway.
Absolutely. I'm Zeki. What's your name?
My name is
Keeping in mind that your name has to start with Z by the rules of this episode.
It has to have a Z.
Have a Z in it. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Like pins right here.
Pins.
The Z is usually silent, but when it's followed by a vowel, you say it. And anyway.
Zach. 2 N's.
My name
and a
is
Z.
Zazu.
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 I knew a real cool bird named Zazu.
Of course, it's a great name. And Zazu's like...
Introduce me to your gang.
Yeah, and Zazu introduces you to all of his friends who all have Z names. There is Zip. And
That's the name of a dog once.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also zip zap
Propitious.
yeah. And Ziv and Zork. And a bunch of others.
Video game.
Yeah,
What is Zork?
they don't know what video games are.
No,
It's just a
none of us do.
coincidence. Yeah. And they're like, all right,
All right. Come meet my gang.
you have a gang? Okay.
Yeah. Although, I warn you, one of them's basically 3. But, like, they're all
That's
real
you.
cool.
12 and a half.
And
If only you were here
Zazu
to-
reaches out to take, reaches out his hand towards you. And then, like, touches your arm, and he's like, okay, let's go. And then sort of, like, holds your hand kind of as you walk down the hall.
holds the arm because, my hands are taken up with crutch. Yeah.
And just kind of holds
Okay,
and
let's go.
stands
They
next
make
to
a
you.
yarn line.
Keeping
Yeah.
an eye on you as you walk, but
Oh, yeah.
but also seems to kind of appreciate.
No,
your presence.
you got a super ferocious setup going on here.
It's like, well,
Really cute.
the sky bison brought us. The vine benders would take us out to the middle of the swamp and leave us there, and then the sky bison comes and it picks you up and it rescues you. Oh, okay, Camber. Thank you.
Hey,
That's
good.
yeah.
It's great to see you here. This is a delight.
Fantastic artist. Thank you.
Is that level of excitement?
Thank you, everybody. And
I'm so glad. Yo, we were all here stressing because we got vined up too, and like they were fronting like they were sacrificing you or something. I'm real glad you're okay.
what did you call the sky bison?
Oh, we went with Zafrank.
Oh, we went with Jafred.
Valid though.
And they come back with this whole crowd of kids in tow. Let's say 15 or 16 of them. There's a whole bunch of kids there.
Whoa.
I totally understand being on the front. Why is everyone wowing?
Whoa. Whoa. That's a lot of people.
Hey crew, this is Zazu's gang. Zazu's gang. This is our crew.
Hey.
We got Arzu
Zazu's
over the crew.
gang.
We got Zacho. I'm Zex. He's Zax. Arzu. We got Mush right
what's
here.
up?
Fearsome. We got Pins. So blasty for being basically 3. Just incredibly impressive. Also full of secrets.
And Zazu's like, did you say your name is Arzu?
That's me.
And he turns to the other kids and they start whispering to each other. And you hear one of them yell, hey, Arzu!
Hey.
And then
That's my name. I yelled back.
from like a different room off to the side, you see this sort of figure sort of emerge from the shadow, and it is this old woman, and she says, "Did I hear my name?"
No, you heard my name.
And she looks at you, and she's like, "Another Fire Nation child." And she walks over to the sky bison, and she pets it, and she's like, "Good Zafred, good Zafred."
It's actually Zafrank, but I guess you can have middle names.
And it kind of snorts at you. And
I'm trying my best, buddy. I just want to be your friend.
your name is
Zafriend.
Arzu, child? Oh, Zafriend.
It's a friend.
You got the Z right? Maybe that's the first name.
Maybe it's just that, yeah.
Zafred.
Z.
Frank. That makes sense. Yes, my name is Arzu. That's my name.
And she stops and she sort of breathes deeply and she says, where did you come from?
We came from Ba Sing Se. All of us.
And
Yeah.
that news instantaneously affects her.
Oh, show her the paper. Maybe that.
The paper?
Yeah, the thing that you held up at the front line.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, here's my book of doom, and I
Basically has a doctorate in Doom.
And-
Basically Dr. Doom.
Takes the Book of Doom and starts thumbing through it.
But this is also a thing. Oh, actually, I actually think I use it as a bookmark, and I like flip to a page about vipers, tigers.
Yeah, and
Like two animals, pick two animals.
Viper tigers.
Viper tigers.
Viper tigers.
Canon.
Yeah,
And you see the insignia.
and she looks at the insignia and she's like, "This is our family crest." and she gets down and she says, "Arzu, I'm your mother."
Are you an Arzu too?
I too am Arzu.
Is Arzu a last name?
No, just
No.
Arzu rhymes with you too.
She was named
really
after
cool.
me. It's a tradition
Oh,
in our family.
Arzu, me too. Do you like cabbage? This is really important. There's really only one answer to this question.
Otherwise, definitely fraud.
I love cabbage. And
Hey, we
she
found your
gets down
mom.
and she hugs you and she says, you know,
Okay, so this is Mosh. I'm like, you gotta say nothing at this point to her.
Yeah.
This is Mosh. They're my best friend, and she can punch anything. And it's super scary. And this is Mom.
I kind of
this
like
is
curtsy. I don't know what to
Zacho.
do. I've never met someone's parents before.
Yeah, and I think he's super cool, and he's super deep, and he does art, and that's really cool.
oh, an artist, eh?
Don't embarrass me, Mom. And then, and then this is Zeki. Zeki has been watching all of us, and they're really cool, and they're also a waterbender. And then this is Pins. And they set everything on fire, and it's actually really stressful, and we need to
roast
make sure
stuff.
that doesn't happen.
Like all the time.
Oh wow, you like cabbage soup too?
I love cabbage soup, and she hugs you again, and I'm so happy to. I can't believe you're really here. So long ago, you were taken by bandits, and we had heard that you were somewhere in Ba Sing Se, and we were on our way to look for you when we were attacked by the vine benders, but we were saved by the sky bison, and it brought us here, and
So Frank.
we never quite made it all the way to Ba Sing Se. We've been helping the sky bison save kids and people from the vine benders ever since.
That's so much better than finding me.
But we did find you somehow by helping others. And she gets down and she hugs you again and she's like, "You all have to stay. Cabbage soup for everybody."
Cabbage soup!
And on that she sort of heads off and the kids sort of cheer and they go off to start preparing cabbage soup.
Whoa!
And while this is going on, she takes you aside and she says, "You know, a waterbender, eh?
What's up?
I can kind of smell it." And no, that was a kind of a spiritual thing. I was making a metaphor there.
That's
Says,
my mom.
No stress.
when the time comes, you're probably gonna need some power to help protect these. And she hands you this scroll, and she says, "This should help you." And I'll say you unwind the scroll, and you can see on the scroll there are these drawings of hand shapes and foot positions and body positions and sort of spiritual words and thoughts. And you get the feeling that these are sort of instructions about how to manipulate the water in people's very blood.
I'm gonna take this into a corner and start studying and marking it up a little bit for how I adapt it.
Yep.
Because like the crutch positions
Yep.
are a little bit different, so I'm gonna
Absolutely.
study that for a little bit.
And you go to work studying that, and you're playing with the other children, and you're playing with the other
Pins
children.
went like terrassing around the fortress to
Pins-
like discover
You know what?
stuff. And
You are absolutely tear-assing around the fortress, and
Yeah.
you're running around with Mosh,
Yeah.
your pal.
Sneaky
here.
must now be
watch
needles.
what I can do.
Yeah, and we will get back to the two of you in a second because while the cabbage soup is cooking, old Arzu walks over.
I'm just sitting there and studying, so you can interrupt me.
Yeah, before we do our thing, I wanted to do a thing.
Oh, okay, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you want to do that now, actually?
Up to you. However you want to
Yeah,
structure
what do
this
you do now?
scene. Okay.
They go
Okay,
off in the corner
I'm
and they're doing their studying.
Okay, you see Mosh kind of like approaching you, and their hand is like in their shirt.
Did you get like swamp itch?
Oh, no,
Step into my office.
thanks.
We are sitting up against a wall. on the
Yeah,
ground.
I just like, and like take a load off, and I'm like sitting with you. I'm just watching you and your mom and all the kids, and it's so weird. It's awesome.
I'm so
Many
happy for her.
kids at the orphanage always say they're gonna find their parents, and you go, of course you are,
Mm.
and they did. I don't. Did you ever hope?
For a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a real cute little kid. It was before your time, but I had like these little
you know,
blonde
basically-
angel curls, and like
What?
I thought that, you know, sometime I'd get adopted out, and you know, that didn't happen.
Oh, PFW Scott, thank you.
If it makes
I think we were like this close to like the Halloween game, but thank you.
Do you know what made me cry?
if it makes you feel better, I would have adopted you. I kind of did.
Hey, what a coincidence! And I put my arm around Mosh.
Yeah.
I definitely adopted the heck out of you, and Noogie now ensues.
Aw.
And then
Roll
wh-
for
wh-
Noogie. No.
While you're doing that, I just say, do you
I roll the frack out of that Noogie.
You get Noogie good.
and then I settle on to your test, and I just say, do you want to see him?
Yeah.
And then I take my hand out of my shirt, and my item is a locket, and I go, I wasn't really like the other kids. I didn't have hope. I know they're gone. But that's okay, because... And I open them.
Hey, Perfect Cosmet. Hey, and Susie Amy, thank you.
Oh, hello.
Wow, we must be like right by the... Oh, we're probably like this close to the next week game. Oh, thank you, everybody.
I gotta be super close.
And I show you the mother and father, and I just say, I saw them, so I know. But I think I look like them.
I mean, yeah, just look at those eyes.
Yeah.
We've been there for a real long time, and I never saw you show anybody this, so
No.
I mean, thanks.
I didn't even show Arzu. It felt weird moving it from my heart. But it feels okay now.
You know,
Because, you know, hope.
it's true though. You are not like the other kids. You're so much better.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna let you get back to going that.
That was
All right.
Yeah.
Important assignment.
Gina making me cry. In the background, you hear like a big blast of fire and like Penn like
Oh.
laughing her ass.
I'm gonna go find out what
You're
that is.
like,
Absolutely.
and
I need you
with my
to
hands on my feet.
just make maximal mischief. This is the time when you get all of it out of your system. I need to see the mischief from here. Can I count on you?
On it, boss. And I run to the noise.
All right, we'll get back to that. First of all, thank you, Texas Devon, for the sub. Thank you, Meeting of Night, and thank you, Smokebeard. I lost track of whether Chaos or Order is winning, but thank you, everybody. And yeah, we must be this close to the Halloween game. Thank you so much. And
My mom could be your mom.
yeah,
That's okay.
while things are going on, old Arzu makes her way over to you, and
Before she
the tar
does this,
pickle
I've been
loves
like, I saw the nice reunion happen and everything, and I just sort of like peel off away from the crowd and just kind of
so
like
cool.
checking out there are some sculptures around in this courtyard.
There's got to be something you can go around and smoke behind.
Yeah, exactly. I've been looking at these sculptures, and I kind of just I make a little one. Not my usual animal fare. It's a tiny little family. It's me and my parents.
We're all going through
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah.
Not super detailed because I don't really remember what they look like. I just sort of remember a vague shape. And then as Arzu walks over, I just brush the whole thing away into dust.
She sits down next to you, and she's... I'm an artist, too.
Yeah?
I like your sculpture.
Thanks.
And she sort of she sort of holds her hand out, and you can sort of see heat lines, not quite fire, shoot out, and it sort of raises the temperature of the air, levitating the pieces of your sculpture back up, and sort of the heat just raises your sculpture back into position. And she's like, I like it. I think I'm gonna keep it.
Cool.
Maybe we should make some art together.
I love my mom.
Yeah, sure.
Come by it, honestly.
I mostly do animals and stuff.
Well, I used to play a fun game with my parents. Let me show you. And
I appreciate the feels pretext of all of that. That was a great
too.
frame.
That was a good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Take a story point. It's not the same thing in any way as a reroll.
wow, really saw where I was going with that. Whoa, we unlocked the Halloween game. Thank you
so good.
so much,
Get
everybody.
Hype.
Yeah, we've got some crazy ideas for this. It's just gonna, oh my god, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
This is gonna be so good.
This will be a fun Halloween. And she sits down and she sort of blasts the rocks and it
This is now
disintegrates
52
into a bunch of pebbles. and she says, here's how this works. Take as many as you can and stack them as high as you can. And whoever's tower tilts over first loses. We play 2 out of 3.
It's a dice.
Okay.
Always 2 out of 3.
Always 2 out of 3, as it was in the old country.
This whole time.
Yeah.
It is canon.
Ready?
The old
Because
Okay.
gambling
the island of
aliens cheat.
Staten and
1,
go.
2, 3, go.
Does
Does that count? It already
Yeah,
does.
I already knocked it over at 2, so
Okay.
you already won because
Alright.
I'm a moron.
All right. But it's 2 out of 3.
But it's 2 out of 3, so she says,
Start again.
I like letting kids win the first time to make them feel good about themselves.
That's my mom.
Uh-huh.
And 1, 2, 3, and go.
Go.
I don't think there's a fast.
Go Zex.
There
Go
isn't a
Zex.
fast
Go Zex.
way.
I believe
What?
Zex.
Oh,
Zeki,
God. Oh, God.
in you.
Don't rush.
Yes.
Oh, you're so good at this.
Hold for a sec. See if he dumps it. Legend.
Oh, dang.
Legend.
Oh,
Legend.
Stop. Stop.
Hold.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Just
great.
hold.
Oh,
Hold
dang.
there.
Pushing his luck over here.
Oh!
Oh, how
But we
many was
don't
that?
know who. I think
His
Rick
went
had down
first,
first.
and then right
And
I
after.
think
then
player Rick. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so it is all
last
tied
one.
up, and she's...
7.
Conflict makes for good storytelling.
That's what they say.
Last time. 1, 2, 3, and
They
go.
don't say that anymore. Speaking as they.
I'm imitating the other children now.
Yeah. Oh, just.
Right, we've gathered a crowd at this point.
This is so much.
Oh.
I can't look.
Does that
Doesn't count.
count?
No,
Tower
it's
down.
not a
just
tower.
It wasn't
Okay.
part of
The
the
Stacy,
tower.
I can't
It
look.
dropped out of his
Tell
hand.
The
Jared, I'm so
tension.
nervous.
Oh.
Of course, Mom would win.
Yeah, she's like, Mom's the best.
Yeah,
Is she like a mother hen? Do they call her mom? What do the other kids call her? Just
Yeah,
Arzu?
just Arzu.
Mama Arzu?
the other kids
Mamzu?
call her Mom.
Auntie Arzu.
Auntie
Auntie Arzu. Auntie Arzu, yes.
Auntie Arzu.
And she's you know what, you're you're pretty talented. I've got a couple of years on you.
Thanks.
She says, you know what? I was going to make you beat me for this, but to tell you the truth, I'm sort of so impressed by how well you worked. I'm gonna give you this prize anyway. And she reaches and she's got another one of these scrolls on her, and she hands it off to you, and you open it up and you unscroll it. And what I will say is, on the inside, you see drawings of hand movements and feet movements and sort of spiritual words and stuff. And you get the feeling you are looking at the secret of metal bending.
It's
Wait,
so metal.
what? Huh? You can do this?
You can make some great art with that.
And better lockpicks, what?
Now I gotta go check on the soup. And she heads off to go look at the cabbage soup. And as she's heading off, the two of you are running
Penn
around.
has had a chance to calm down now because like all of the stuff is going on. So unfortunately, she's been with her thoughts.
Okay.
She is. She's in a corner where she hopes like nobody can see her. She has her dad's war journal open, and she's slowly tearing out pages and setting them on fire.
Whoa. Well, I went to go find you, so is that what I find?
What are you doing here?
Don't worry.
Can I just be alone right now?
Sorry. I just thought, I was told to go make mischief, and I thought maybe you'd want to join, because you seem like really, really fun, and I bet it'd be really fun to do that.
Yeah, I'm rebelling against mischief right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I stay with you?
I'm not really good company right now.
Oh, that's cool. I can leave you alone, but also, I used to live in a pretty sad place, but we made it really great. So if I'm a pretty good listener. I talk a lot because I don't like sitting still, but you want to sit still, so I can leave.
I just don't think that you would want to hear what I have to say right now because it's like.
Are you kidding? I love stories. That's all we did to entertain ourselves.
I heard what all of you were saying, that you were like in an orphanage and everything, so like you didn't have a choice, that your parents are like gone. I ran away.
Yeah, which means you can go back. That's so cool.
I'm not going back.
Oh.
And she like tears a handful out and burns them.
And when you not going back, you like, you feel this flash of anger, and when you feel that, you hear somewhere off in the distance like a.
I'm still just staring at you.
There's no way I can go back.
Why not?
To them.
Oh.
Didn't you?
Are they bad people?
Yeah, they're really, really bad.
Oh.
And they treat me really well. And I'm part of them. Just like really deep down I'm bad.
Yeah. Did
I
they
burned
love you?
stuff to stop thinking about it.
Oh. Do you love them?
Yeah. But I hate them too.
Sure. I can get behind that. You're technically like the second firebender I've ever had a nice conversation with. I've never met any until, well, I mean, I knew Arzu, but...
Yeah, it's because usually Fire Nation people aren't that cool, from what I've been able to tell.
Marquis of Pensley Griffin.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Well, why are you burning the book if you
Because
want
it's his. Because all of this is careful research that he did. How to subjugate and take from other people. That's what this journal represents. I'm so glad I took it.
Oh.
So on the one hand, I want to keep it because it's his, and I'm not going back.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other, it's just a book of death.
I've got an idea. We've already got one Doom book, but how about if you want help, I can help you destroy the pages, and then maybe we can ask Arzu, Mama Arzu, the other one, maybe we can put new paper in it, make a new journal. So you get to keep, like, part of it, but not the ugly parts of it.
That might be nice.
Yeah? Cool.
I'll close it for now. But
Okay.
yeah, I think I'd like that.
Cool.
10 minutes till soup, everyone! Like, Arzu just, like, runs.
That's my job!
Well, what I'm going to say is that the two of you you found your way off into the castle to be alone for a while.
Yeah,
and
I'll let.
that's
Yeah,
where,
I'll leave you to
I
it.
was just say that's where you found her.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
sort of
We're out there.
away. And as the two of you were sort of getting up, and you're like, all right, let's go back and see what's going on with the others.
You want to eat before we burn the rest of the book?
And
I extend my hand to you.
I'm kind of hungry. Close up the book, put it in the satchel.
Maybe we can throw in the fire that we're cooking with.
I kind of like to burn it a page at a time. It's very satisfying.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very slow.
Do you want to burn the book?
No, not yet.
All right.
Okay, take your time. When you're ready, we'll rebind it.
By the way, Texas Devon sends their reroll to Markia.
Yay! The better to dragon.
By the way, rerolls will carry over next week.
Better to dragon win.
So yeah, and as you are sitting there, you hear.
Yeah, I definitely heard something or so.
Yeah.
Just like this sort of loud flapping. Not you do.
Hey kids, it's definitely soup time.
Is that Frank?
I don't know. Are we getting another penguin visitor?
And there's a shadow passes over you.
Can't promise I won't roast it this time.
Which is just this very large shadow of something that just, and you look up, and circling above you is this small red dragon. Now, small for a dragon, but large to you. And it circles above you, and it's kind of sniffing at the ground, and it's sort of, you hear it go, Firebender.
Oh, God.
Did it just talk?
This is in my dad's journal. There aren't many of them.
Is that one of the pages you burned? Because it would be really helpful to have that.
Let me check. I'm gonna look through it real quick. Is it?
Yeah, what I'll say is that, I'll say in the journal you've read reference to the fact that your father has one of the last dragon familiars.
Whoa.
Powerful, he is part of the Fire Nation. He's not quite, he's not royal family, but he is very high up there. And while Ozai basically hunted the dragons to extinction, a couple of chosen people have been allowed to keep them. And this dragon sort of flies down and lands at you, and it sniffs at you. Come home.
Don't do that. Happening.
And it steps towards you, and its wings sort of at you.
Hey! I beef up next to them.
And it waves its other wing, and this wall of flame just sort of knocks you clean off your feet.
Oh, I should have seen that coming.
And it turns back to
Is
you.
she on
Come
fire?
home. No, it just sort of
'cause-
exploded the ground and
Okay. All right.
Pins, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Come home.
Ugh. I don't have a home, so I'm not going anywhere with you.
And it starts to lift off the ground, and one of its dragon talons kind of comes at you and starts to grab for you.
Okay, instinctively, push back out of the way, doing an Iron Man blast out of the hands into the cloth.
Okay, that's a heart roll. It's wild, passionate action. You're diving into defensive while we're trying to do a bunch of stuff. This is, in the moment kind of fighting. So you want to roll over your number. Your number pin is a 2. What I will say is for the three of you, Arzu suddenly looks up and looks into the sky and catches a glimpse of a shadow and is like, oh no, come with me. No. And she sort of starts running off towards that direction, and we will say the three of you
we round up the
follow.
The gang and all that.
Meanwhile, back at the fight, that thing is just coming at you, and you get to roll 3 because it is an advanced bending roll. It is a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2, unless you're getting help. But
I would like to get up. I just don't know how knocked down I am.
I mean, you're okay. You're just not.
Okay,
you get knocked down, but
you get back.
I get back up again. Dust myself off and try again.
I warned them all.
Chubpunwumba? No, okay, that doesn't work either. I tried. Sorry, I'm a professional something.
Okay, I want to get up and just be like, "Hey, get away from my friend!" And I want to take a bunch of dirt off the ground of where I am, and I'm blowing it, but earth bending the dust into the dragon's eyes.
Sure. That is a
Which is the
bending
help,
roll.
so that it's blinded, so that you can do whatever you're about to do.
Yeah, that's a bending roll. You're pulling something into its eyes. It's kind of a precise motion. We'll call it a mind roll. You want to roll under your number. Your number's 2, Mosh, but you can roll 3.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
3 successes.
Whoa!
2 are spirit world.
Amazing.
You're on with the spirit world. Do you have any questions?
Is this dragon someone's pet?
Yeah, it is in fact her father's pet. Or familiar, really.
So like,
Familiar.
so I know the dragon then.
It's familiar to you.
Yeah.
You've read about it in his journal,
Yeah.
certainly, and you've met it in a couple of times in real life. He uses it mostly for business stuff. It's not like it doesn't hang
Yeah,
out at the house and play with.
killing
Yeah.
Will this dragon kill us?
The dragon might kill you. It won't kill. Pin, but
It'll just kidnap.
It will take Pin.
Sure. Okay.
But that does get you your help, so you can roll
Yes.
4.
Okay.
I can see its intent is to take you away.
4 successes. One of them is a spirit world.
Oh, okay. Well, you do that roll exactly. You just dive right back into the roll and blast that dragon. And you're just firing this jet of flame, and as the flames are shooting from your hands, you hear this voice in your head, Spirit World!
Can I say since I got 4 though?
Oh,
so
yeah.
So because I did that instinctually, I realized that I can totally do that and use it like Iron Man to fly.
Or are you trying to like torch it a bit?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that in my feet.
So you're like lifting up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like-
and you start to like sort of take off as you're blasting
I've
and using it
activated
for...
Iron Man.
You can fly!
And there's a voice in your head, you're on with the Spirit World. Do you
What
have
is
questions?
Czar? That's the dragon's name. What is Czar's weak spot?
Czar's weak spot is that we'll say Czar is missing an eye, and so it doesn't have great peripheral vision. It can be snuck up on from one side pretty easily, especially if it's distracted.
Okay. So that
Friendship
is its
link.
physical weak spot. Got it.
And it takes that blast, and you just hear this like scream, and all of you hear that as you are like racing up. It's a little bit of a run, but you know you're on the way still.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through cabbage soup, so I just like take the metal pot and like run after everyone.
Sure. Yes, you have the suit,
Yeah.
and you two are still in combat. The dragon just, and it, you know, it's clearly hurt by that blast. And
Czar, get out of here! I told you I'm not going back.
come home, and it comes at you, and it sort of just
Oh,
reaches and grabs and gets
Okay.
its talons like kind of
Okay.
around you.
and is there anything... Well, what are we like in the...
You're in the temple, so everything's made
Yeah.
of stone. And,
Great. I want to lift a stone to like Red Rover, basically. Hit the arms with just a "They are home," and
Okay, that is a bending roll. It is. You're smashing it with a rock.
Yeah.
It's a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number is too much. You can roll 3.
3 successes.
Wow, yeah, you rip this huge like stone in the wall out of the wall and send it flying like right into the dragon's arm.
Pins, get back!
And
Wait for backup!
Czar, you know, you just like ah! And it drops Pin and it grabs its arm and it like sort of hisses at you. And you hiss back at
Yeah.
it. Roll a heart roll. You want to roll over your number.
Starting to hiss her off.
You can roll. You can roll 1.
Oh, sorry.
Roll again.
Okay, roll 1.
Yeah.
It's my number.
It's your number, so it's a success. Czar just doesn't hiss back. It's sort of, and it turns back to you.
Well, since Czar was distracted, I did the Iron Man thing, like, whoo, like around to its
to
blind
get to its
spot,
other side. Yep.
attached myself next to his head, put my hand against his blind eye, said, Czar, stop. I will roast your brain. Get it through your head. I'm not going. This is your only warning. This is really, really cool of me right now.
Quiet child. And it reaches at you
No,
like one more
We
time.
gotta help.
Yeah, I'll say is that like as that is happening, you are backing off. You're threatening it. It's moving towards you, reaching at you. I'll say that the 3 of you can arrive now with Arzu. You just in time to see this happening. Do one of you want to make a last move, or?
Oh yeah, sure,
Yeah.
I can. I want to create the earth under it to start like basically shoving it against one of the temple walls, so that like no matter like basically the hand to the forehead trick of just like can't get at pins.
Okay.
So because I was like, wait till everyone gets here, get away from pins. Like
Okay, that sounds more precise. Let's call it a
Yeah.
mind roll. You can roll 3. You want to roll under your
Basically
number. Your
sand
number is
avalanche.
2. Sand avalanche.
of like just
Maybe that's a hard roll.
mushing all of the sand to
All right.
compass
I
and push.
heat it.
Okay, so that's a help roll.
Ooh.
So you roll a hard roll.
Glass
Oh,
it.
you're gonna do the glass.
Glass him up.
Oh yeah, glass him when it gets to the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
Roll a. We'll call that a heart roll. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 3.
3 successes.
Okay, yeah. You just blast this huge, like, blue flame, you know, and as you see the blue flame
Upside
go on,
down.
you can roll 3. This is also a heart
Ceiling
roll.
inside
Oh no,
out.
4
Of
because
course,
you have
yeah.
the help.
Ceiling.
Your number is 2. You want to roll
3 successes.
3 successes. That will very nicely get the job done. What I will say is, you just showed this blue flame. You have this avalanche, and with it, like all that sediment just kind of like starts to melt, like the sand, like around it, and you know you hear Czar kind of like scream, and just like there's like smoke and fire and flame, and when it all clears up, you stand back and the smoke clears, and there's Czar just like encased in glass.
Whoa.
So we get up, and I'm just like, Dragon Rebellion complete.
Zacco! We made an animal statue!
Yeah, Gramps, we're artists too.
That's pretty badass.
Can you critique it for me? Is there anything we should change?
Do you want some soup?
1 second. And I earthbend. It's like pinned up against the side of a temple.
I mean, yeah, it's just like totally.
So I
encased in
like
glass now.
bend some of the stone around it to create a frame around it.
Yes.
I won't even make you roll for that. Yeah, it just works. Yeah, you get that going there, and Czar is just caught.
Soup.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
frozen
yeah.
in glass.
Soup of mockery.
Masha assumed you were
to
offering it
you
to
want
them.
some soup? Oh, you want some soup? That's nice for you.
I walk up to Czar, put the journal that has my father's name like embossed on it, and then while he's watching, I tear a page out and set it on fire.
Like
Just keeping eye contact to establish
Keep it,
dominance.
yeah.
deep in the glass, you can see Czar's one eye like kind of got like a little fire burst in it, but nothing happens. He's trapped in there.
That was
Be like,
some
good luck
mischief.
getting out.
Whoa. Whoa.
And
I
Ar-
think that definitely earned like at least 12 3/4.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
old Arzu looks around and sort of says, "Well, I guess the Fire Nation knows about this place now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta go."
I did it.
Where are you thinking of taking
Plus,
everyone?
oof,
did it all
I'm gonna
by
use like
myself.
up all of my red war paint because we all get dragons.
Well, she looks at you and says, "Well, I hadn't had plans. I didn't expect this place to be discovered, but I think now that we have the power of the 4 of you, I was the only bender here before. I'm gonna ask you to help me go back to the Vine Benders and save these children's parents." And she motions behind her to all those Fire Nation kids who were sort of standing behind her.
I mean, I'm on board. We tried to do that when we left, but it got way too hot and we had to leave.
It was really hard, and then also there's a lot of monsters there, and it's also really scary.
There's not really monsters anymore. I point to say Fred Frank.
Well,
Monsters on our
Yeah,
side.
I like tried to set the cages on fire, but they didn't leave. I think maybe because the cages were on fire.
This is perfect! We can ride Zay Frank in and be the monster and like be the monster and scare all the swamp people away. We'll say you have disrespected our law. We don't eat children. That kind of stuff.
Arzu.
and
Be
she
the doom you want to see in the world,
You should be the doom.
buddy. Let's do this. Let's do this. Doom, 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 doom. And we lead small children impending doom towards Zayfriend the Sky Bison.
You really do have the most powerful voice.
Awesome. Yeah. You all hop onto the back of Zfred, and it is old Arzu and the 5 of you.
Okay,
the
good.
kids are
Mom's
going to
not.
stay back because none of them are vendors and they're
I
not.
nominate specific, very slightly older kids. Of like, there is a hierarchy now.
Yeah, Zazu's
These are
like,
my lieutenants.
don't worry, I've totally got this.
I'm so glad that, like, you can't just burn this place down. I know they're not firemen. They'll still burn it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God it's down.
It's like, we're not firebenders, but we're trying. And you see them, like, running away with matches. Yeah. Yeah, and on that, Zfriend, just
Deplane.
deplane.
Zplane.
Yeah, it lifts off, and you go soaring out of the fortress, just way high. You see the mountains, snow-covered in the background of the Earth Kingdom.
Higher than Raptor Boa Venom.
Way higher than Raptor Boa Venom. Yeah, no, this is the real deal.
This is such a party. I understand it now.
Yeah, and you're flying back, and old Arzu turns to you and says, do you really think that we can trick the Vinebenders?
I mean,
I
why
think
not?
Mosh can.
Yeah.
They seem really devoted to this god, so if it spoke to them, I think I'd be pretty spooked.
Yeah,
I mean-
like we could totally.
I'm
cover it in
already
mud.
spooked just thinking about it.
It was covered in mud and vines and stuff from the swamp, so if we just put that stuff back on.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then have Arzu
We can do
like
that.
talk like the swamp god. And if that doesn't work, I will burn them all.
Ooh, you can even just make it look like fire's coming out of Zephyrin's mouth.
Just like
Whoa.
flames. Just like flames on the
Wait,
side of his
that's
face.
Mom. We could all be the
Can you
swamp god.
lightning bend?
No, I'm not that powerful.
Oh, okay.
People can lightning bend?
People can like. I read about it
Firebenders
once.
Can. Well,
Can't believe
eventually,
everything you
I
read.
hope.
Maybe the Fire Lord
That's
Ozai
interesting.
can. Maybe
One day.
somebody like General Iroh could. I don't know. But certainly not me.
There's no way.
Okay,
That doesn't even
well,
make sense.
We could make it look like fire is coming out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do
Yeah.
that.
Come on,
Yeah.
Like
do
each
it.
of us
Operation
can
Doom, let's go.
do stuff. We'll
Operation
just be
Doom.
on the back of Zafrank.
Everyone,
Okay, so this
assume
is
your
covered in
position.
This is
blood.
like the C-3PO Return of the Jedi convinced them I'm a god plan.
Yes.
You're gonna
Yes.
use your force powers to
Hey,
right, just bigger.
simulate all of
They
it.
already established a god. I'm just
Right.
yelling at him.
If someone asks if your Sky Bison's a god, you say
You say
yes.
we
yes.
say run.
Sam on fire with the pop culture references.
Which is so
Um,
strange.
No,
'cause
wrong
they're a
bender.
waterbender.
Yeah. And old Arzu is all right.
Those puns are flowing.
I don't know if this plan is going to work, but I'm willing to try anything rather than a frontal attack at first. But everybody be ready.
We're bold like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If things
I'm
go
not-
south, get ready to
No,
blast our way out of
We're
there.
going southeast. Like, we're clear on this, right?
Old Arzu looks at you and like kind of
Yeah? Yeah? What's up?
turns into
You did not. You
She
don't
goes,
plug in my parents.
Zeki puns.
Remember saying? It was a sweet, innocent little squeaker mouse.
And the sun starts setting as you sort of start to see the swamps come into view. She says, all right, how do you want to do this? What do we do?
All right.
We'll say that we're hungry, and then they gotta feed us, the Fire Nation people, and then we'll be like, wait, can the Sky Bison carry them in the... No. Okay, we'll say we're hungry, right? And they're like, give us the Fire Nation people, and then I burn them all. Not the Fire Nation people, okay, no, wait. All right,
Well,
so
well,
say
step
we're
one.
hungry.
Bison disguise.
Yeah.
Earthbending mud. And all sorts of mess. Back onto the friend.
Cosmo, thank you.
That's what I'm on. That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like we
working
should
on.
also have a big distraction to draw them all to one spot. So and then we can just scare them all away at one time with the Sky Bison.
But I think it's okay.
And then we tell them that we're going to eat them, but in a different location, the Fire Nation people. So then we're like, we need them to come with us.
Wait. I think we have a good opportunity here to change tradition. If the god says that they don't eat people, because these people are just a victim of their circumstances right now, and
They need direction.
Strong
Strong,
direction.
aggressive leadership.
Yeah, if we
Okay.
say that the gods don't eat people at all,
They
maybe they'll
help
stop
people.
kidnapping people.
They help people in the swamp.
What do you think?
And if they don't, then I burn them all.
That's definitely plan fire.
yeah.
Okay.
Plan fire.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mud.
Enter
Okay.
the Mudman.
Old Arzu steers Zafriend over the swamp, and why don't you make a roll here to try and coat it in mud? That is a mind roll. You can roll under your number. You can roll 3.
That's a mind roll?
Uh,
A mud bath?
A mud bath? Okay, we'll call it a heart roll. That's easy. Yeah, okay, I buy that.
Okay. If I was like painting a very specific creature, maybe.
Right, just like,
But this is just we're all getting wet.
It's like, that's.
lol.
Oh yeah.
Lol.
This is a get ready.
I am umbrella.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that actually would have been great if it was a heart. Or not a heart. I'm gonna reroll.
Oh, I'm going to make you reroll your success.
Okay, then I will reroll these 2. Successes! 2 successes.
Fuck you,
Thank
dragon
you.
lady.
Wow. That was really tight. Okay. Yeah,
close.
that's 2 successes. And
I'm just
that-
like on the head going.
That's my sister.
Yeah, and that mud and sediment pulls up and it just starts coating the sky bison and sort of restoring its kind of mud creature appearance to it. And
Sorry, buddy. It's part of the plan.
Yeah, and
Mud
it's
bath.
I'll clean it later.
Old Arzu Petch is like, it's okay, Zafred, it's okay. And
Keep you
while
moisturized.
the mud is happening, you hear like, there they are, get them! And suddenly like this vine comes and it just like kind of sweeps along and knocks you all off the back of the monster.
No.
Sorry, of the sky bison. And you
This is
all
the bad
fall down into the
opposite.
swamp, and there are 4 vine benders there kind of running towards you, and they're like, stop in the name of the vine bender law!
Time to roast.
Fire plan.
I fight the law. The law don't win. Can I just like tidal swamp the crap out of them?
Yeah, you can try. That is a heart roll. You want to roll over your number, you're rolling 3.
Yeah, this is tragically hard roll.
I'm going to heat the water
You
so
want-
they're
like a
getting
help?
blasted with hot steam.
So they'll call that a help roll. Why don't you
Yeah.
roll 3 also?
That's
birthday
basically-
joke.
It's a heart roll. You want to roll
That's
over your
pretty
number.
Steam's the hottest.
Oh, yeah.
Your
We
number
learned
is
that last
2.
time.
Yeah.
Yep, 2 successes.
2 successes, so you can roll a 4th.
Great, so I had 4 failures instead of just 3. Turns out heart rolls are butts for me.
Yeah, you sort of give it a shot.
They now where our sky bison is dirty, they are now clean.
Yeah, you sort of give it a shot, but like those vine benders are also water benders, and they kind of see it coming. They turn that wave back on you, and it just sloshes back and knocks you like deep into the mud. You're out of it for a second. Yeah,
I'm gonna try. I see that happen, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but with the mud under the water, kind of like I did with the boat. But now it's gonna be a tidal wave pushing against them.
okay. That would be a heart roll. You want to roll over number? You can roll 3.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes, yeah. And that's a success with style. So I'll say like there's just this mud just shoots out from the bottom, like rolls up, and it just kind of like swats them like away. They go like you see like 3 of them go flying into the swamp and just kind of disappear. You just hear like, I regret nothing. And that last one's there, sits here, and he's got it's like he's got like a metal spear. And he sort of points it at you. He's like, "Stay back!
Metal.
Stay back, yo!"
Right. You don't want me to
Let's
enact
work.
plan fire. I think you need to listen to what we have to say.
You don't want me to enact plan? I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, don't say that.
Why not?
Because that's really mean.
And he
Your
points-
whole life is a lie.
Your whole life is a lie.
That is your swamp monster. It's been saving every person you've sacrificed.
I don't believe you. And he takes the spear and he throws it, and it is traveling through the air towards you.
I blast fire on the side of it to push it out.
Yeah.
Okay, you can
It's a hot
roll.
rod.
That is a mind roll. It's a
Done.
precise action. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 3.
Adore them in the chat.
Your number is 2.
Yeah.
Sudden action.
I know, Rick. Okay. So I got a 2.
Which
so
I
that's
am
one
going.
success, right?
But I'm going to make you re-roll that too.
All right. Well, I'll take that and I'll re-roll the other 2 also.
Oh, okay. So you're
I see
re-rolling
your 2 and
3
raising
now. Yeah, wow, okay.
We'll try this again. 2, 3, 6. So 1 success.
One success.
That's my number.
Yeah, 1 success. It sets the spear on fire, and the flaming spear kind of like.
Just come and near me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
just
say.
duck into the water and hope I don't get eaten.
Yeah, the flaming spear. You duck into the water. It's only 1 success. It does sort of like break up before it finally gets to her, but like the spearhead, which is the only thing left, just cuts right down
If
like
you
the middle
duck,
of her
I'm
head and sort of like
literally
gives her like
right
a
behind
part in her hair.
Hey, I got you.
But you go down and like Arzu is standing right there with metal coming.
And you can hear the sounds of Vinebender boats rowing at you, and you look up and they're just kind of coming from everywhere, and old Arzu sort of swoops down and you know you're all and like lands behind you and is like, you know, what do we do now, kids?
Burn it all.
They've got metal. Back up. I got a pot of soup.
If we burn it all, then you know, like that
More
works.
defending, less talking. And I wanna, while I'm like under the water, that's what I'm screaming. I'm assuming that since I'm here, I can see half and half. And I want to basically take a bunch of tiny pebbles and poke holes in all of their leave boats.
Yeah.
I like that.
Portals.
Yeah.
That's a heart roll. You can roll over your number. It's your number's 2. You can roll 3 because it's
Great.
advanced spending, thanks to the audience. So yeah, roll 3, and let's see if there are enough pebbles to get the job done.
Oh, I rolled 4. Let me redo that. I'm not gonna even look at anything that happened. 3 successes.
3 successes, yeah. And all
Holy
of a sudden, out of the water, it's like someone's firing a machine gun from underneath, and like all the Vinebenders like, and they're all like kind of like dancing and like as these pebbles come by, and their boats just like sink, and they're just like, God damn, go.
Anybody got eyes on Zeki?
Zeki, you are starting to make your way back, and as that happens, the Vinebenders are just like, just get them, and they just start throwing their spears, and the spears all start like flying through the air towards y'all.
No.
As the spears are flying, I try to redirect them, just sort of away.
Is this your metal bending power?
This is a metal bending.
All right, your metal bending power, you get 1 shot to use.
Okay.
You can roll 3 die. We will say because the audience bought you the power,
I
you
know,
can use.
like my
you
feet
are
are
hardish,
super
so-
dramatic. Like our feet are stuck. Like we can't
We'll
see it.
call
Like
this a heart
arrows are
roll.
coming.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like Agincourt up in this.
Yeah.
You've
no
just
matter
read.
which
You're
way we
calling on
swim.
all your like sort of
Yeah.
emotion to kind of get this thing
Well,
that you
I
haven't
have an
practiced and
idea.
just see if you can
This
get it to
doesn't
work.
work.
Right, that's why I'm trying to just like divert them rather than like stop them or try to do anything super
Yep.
complicated.
Roll 3.
2 successes.
2 successes will be enough to get it
yay!
done. And on that, you just like,
Just
those
grab your
spears are like
hand.
coming right down, and then like at the last second, they all just kind of fly off to the side, and
All right, Grandpa.
That
Are we
was
dead?
cool.
and all the
Did you do
Vinebenders
that?
stop and they kind of look around at each other like,
Wait, what?
We are your gods now.
oh yeah, and then you see them all like start doing like organized vine bending moves, and all the vines around you come
Get
up,
under the water.
and like they're doing
I'm
like these
gonna-
organized moves as they're like sort of.
I'm gonna encase. Oh,
Do you want?
If I'm back up,
Yeah, you've made it back by now.
all right. I want to bend up with water under me so I'm towering over them. And their movements, I want to bloodbend to stop. Stay away from my kids!
Yeah, I love that. That for you, we're gonna call this.
Because I'm doing this new power with the new gestures and trying to be exactly.
That's a mind roll. You can roll 3 because
I have the
this is your
coolest
1-shot
parent.
power. You want to get under your number. Your number is 4.
It's 5.
Oh, your number is 5. Sorry, blah.
It's like 4, but more so.
Looking at the wrong.
Yeah, that'd be 3 successes.
Yeah, and those vine benders, they're doing the thing, and those vines like come up to life, and then suddenly they all like stop, and they're all like frozen there, and you see their eyes kind of darting back and forth.
Mosh, are they okay?
Holy butt, Zeki just literally stopped them with their voice. This is so cool.
Hit them now.
This is really
Okay,
scary.
yeah. Okay, got it.
Cletus, what's going on?
I want to create a ring of fire around them, so it's like kind of like a cage of fire.
Roll a
Yeah. And then
Yeah. Like,
mind-
what do you do?
Throw
What do you
some-
do? What do I do?
throw
Let's
some
go.
throw some like
Set up the pins.
dirt
No.
my way. The glass enclosure worked before,
Ooh.
Like a snow globe.
and then we do
Nice
that
callback.
again.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Take the mud and I want to make
then,
like a bubble over.
And then
That's gonna be
Oh,
much
okay.
harder.
I'll
Zacko, can you help
Okay.
me?
Yeah, let me
I
assist
don't know
with
how to
that.
make a hole in mud.
For you,
Yeah.
okay, so that's a help roll for you. So
Well,
you can
sand, 'cause you're
roll you can roll
It's
a
gonna be just
heart
clay,
roll.
wet
You
sand.
want to roll over your number.
Over 3.
Is there sand under
You're
the stone?
rolling.
No.
What did you get? You
Three.
got
This won't work.
3 successes. All right.
It's gonna
So
be ceramic shards.
Okay, so it'll still do the thing.
It'll do a different thing that's also good.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd just
Okay.
be like
Yeah.
it might
Did
be
it work?
airtight.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get 4, and you get you're making the flame circle. So that's going to be a mind roll. You want to roll under your number, Arzu. You can also roll 3, and you are rolling for this flame blast, which is a heart roll. You want to roll over your number.
3 successes.
Heck
You can roll 3. You got 3 successes.
Did
Okay.
you say whether this was harder or mind for me?
For you, you
The
are
bubble one. I imagine
the-
mind
the
because this is
bubble
very
one.
specific.
Yeah, that sounds like mine. If you want
Okay.
to roll under your number, you have
I have 3 successes, 2
two spirit worlds. Okay, we'll get back to the second.
Yeah.
What you got 3 successes?
Yeah, I got
I got 3 successes. 1 is my number.
Okay. So
and I had one from before.
and you had one from before.
I did. But it's a
Yeah, we're almost out of
fine.
questionable stuff.
We-
but
yeah.
what we will get to here is that
Our actions.
while you are holding them all frozen and they're all like, Cletus, what's going on?
Hold on, Zeki.
You like do a move and this huge thing of flames surround them and like sweat starts coming down their brow and then all of a sudden the swamp starts rising up around them and they're like, this don't look good. And then you just sort of unleash.
Your gods are angry.
And you unleash this fire blast, and just the fire and the mud kind of bake together, and you see them all like kind of like, "Nah!" And you hear all this kind of redneck screaming, and then all of a sudden like the smoke kind of blows away and clears, and you see that they're all like there like just like kind of trapped like in like sort of baked ceramic mud.
They're like the
underneath.
statues.
yeah. And it's got a beautiful
what's his face?
glaze. A beautiful glaze on it.
With mercury on the floor.
Yeah, it's very finely glazed because it was baked to such incredible heat.
12 and a half years old.
And
She's
that's
really free.
that scares the crap out of them, and as they're just standing there, and just now totally frozen, and old
Zeki, I
Arzu-
think you can put.
yeah, old
You
Arzu
think you
says,
can stop?
I think we've got them.
Swim, 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 swim.
Well,
And hug. Bend water. Hug.
No, I think Arzu is kind of scared of you right now because you just bloodbended. So it's kind of like a distant pat when you.
hey, thank you,
Oh,
Nodwood.
not worthy. Thanks.
Why are you a jerk?
It's because you just bloodbended people, and that's morally terrifying.
You hit people with fire, really?
Yeah, everything's relative.
Yeah,
You are
the
so
child with a growing moral
freaking
compass.
cool.
Thank you for saving us.
That was the biggest kind of doom I've ever seen. But like,
That was a lot of doom.
that was doom in our favor.
I don't know if that
Counterpoint?
makes doom better.
Metal bending.
Also,
You can do that?
Yeah.
And I just sort of walk over to Zeki and just go, fist pound.
Yeah, and look, Gramps, we make more
Arzu.
art.
Arzu.
Got people art.
Oh, yeah.
Porcelain.
And this one's still
Porcelain
moving.
art.
Our family's so cool.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's really cool.
Let's epilogue out a little bit here, a little bit. So yeah, old Arzu gets down off of the sky bison and sort of walks over to the vine benders, and her eyes sort of flash with fire, and she's like, "So, shall we talk now?" And talk they do. And she arranges to get all of those Fire Nation parents that were being held prisoner handed over to you in exchange for letting their ceramic encased buddies go, and for his promise that you will never come back and bloodbend them and bend. They are pretty overwhelmed by the show of force here. Yeah, they want absolutely no part of this.
Who's your god now?
Mom,
You are.
ask if they know anyone who's seen Court.
She does ask, and they actually don't know. But as you are sort of getting the Fire Nation parents bit by bit, Zafred is flying them back to the fortress. Well, no, not to the fortress. Bit by bit is flying them out of the swamp and taking them to a safe location.
Yeah.
And while that is going on, what you learn is that Court broke free when the train had crashed and had been hanging out in the swamp trying to figure out how to help the other parents, and really didn't know what she was going to do until you showed up.
Yeah.
And so, because she was also around trying to help other
because
people.
Court is kind of like everyone else's mom, and even though I found my mom, I want to make sure that.
She's like a really, 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 really big sister.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
Well, she turns to you and she says, "That might be true, but it doesn't seem to me like you need a big sister anymore."
No, I've got a family.
Hey, so this is a big world, and I don't think I'm going back to the orphanage, but these can't be the only kids that need help. I'm gonna go help. You guys want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to come.
Something that I realize is that, family isn't what you're born into, is who you choose to be with. And I choose y'all. Except for, Grandpa. Well, I guess Grandpa. He's cool.
Rebellion against traditional family structures? Complete.
Draws a heart on. Complete.
What about you, Arzu?
I mean, I just found my mom.
Yeah.
So you get to do the thing
And
that we
you're-
always wanted to do. Have a family and a good life.
But what about you? I don't want you to leave. I don't want any of you to leave.
We gotta make sure everyone else is as happy as you are. So what we need is, in this world where everything is on fire, we need someone to be happy so we know that there are things worth fighting for.
Also, if you stay put with your mom somewhere, that'll give us a place to come back to from time to time.
And send other people like us there.
Exactly.
They could use some cabbage soup.
But I
Oh.
really want to come with you. And I go back to my mom
and-
and I say so you've been helping other kids, and I'm gonna try and be brave, and I kind of want to do the same thing.
And she gets down and she hugs you and she's just, I am so proud.
Join the club.
Your family is the people that you choose to help, and the people who are there to help you. Go with your family.
We'll visit you, Mama Arzu.
And visit her you do.
My Mountains safe.
Yeah.
Keep my mountains.
And
All right, everything packed and moved out in 5 minutes. I want Earthbenders up at the front.
On it.
Let's go.
And I'm running around collecting everything.
Somebody
Lunch.
clear off the Sky Bison. We're taking Zafred, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get Zafred so you can come visit often. And Mom sets up this beautiful little place high on a mountain, safe away from the war, where she watches over those Firebender families, those Fire Nation families. And you come and visit every once in a while. And to play us out for our after credit sequence, the 5 of you come one time, and it is a nice snowy winter, and you find yourself standing outside Mom's shack, and there around you in the snow, dancing around, are the penguins, and they're having all fun, and Mom says, "This is the most fun ever, grab one of these things and do this," and she grabs a penguin, lays it on its back, hops on its stomach, and just surfs down the mountain.
Oh, we are not letting her beat us. Grab a penguin and go.
I am so in.
I run hug, and slide with it.
Yes.
And you start running towards the penguins, and as it happens,
I get
just
seatbelt.
before you get there from the sky, one last penguin lands down and has its delivery bag, and it pulls out 2 more messages. And those messages are from Meaning of Night, who says, keep spreading joy and bringing balance to the world. Much love. Thank you, Meaning of Night. Keep making carrier penguins and spreading joy to the world. And T-Boyce, who says, protection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love. There are reasons each of us are born. Life is how we find those reasons. Thank you, T-Boyce. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And on that, why don't we do really fast? Everybody pick up a die. We're going to have the race to the bottom of the mountain. Highest number wins. And you are all shooting down on your penguins.
1.
5.
5.
I got 2. I did say that I wrapped my arms around, so I'm dragging a lot because my arms are.
You're dragging a lot, and the 2 16-year-olds just zip down in a photo finish.
I'm just like, I got a 5 too.
Oh, you got a 5?
Yeah.
Oh, so
I got a 4.
Oh, you got a 4. Oh, so it was
So it's the 2 of us.
Oh, the 2 of you got in the photo finish.
Yeah.
Yep, crossing the line in a photo finish, and
I
as
ship it.
and as
In like 10 years.
I'm just a snowball with a penguin going.
Dear diary.
I got a 1.
yeah, you
Snowball
barely
with a
made it
penguin.
anywhere.
My feet are like this.
And as you all race back up to the mountain for a second round of penguin surfing, we pull back and the credits start to roll. And thank you so much, everybody. This was so fun.
All the feels this episode.
Oh,
Damn.
I loved
Right
it.
on.
Dang.
Pay off all of our orphan
I know,
stuff.
right?
By far the most
find
feelsy,
families.
tempting fate
Yeah.
ever. I liked it. We might
It's
good stuff.
exploring this in the future.
It's the most feel since Toy Story.
And Nodworthy, thank you for the reroll. I will have that for next week, and these will be for the players next week in next week's murder game.
Murder game.
So yeah, real quick, let's go around the table and tell the good people where they can find you.
Oh, yes. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Markia McCarty. And as far as things that I do, you can see me on DC Daily. That's on the DC Universe platform. So that's Monday through Fridays, just talking things DC and comics and movies. We're going to have, we'll be having a Halloween episode. So look forward to that next week. Because like, yay! I am a host on Fangirling. You can find that on Nerdist and also on Alpha and also on Facebook. That's on Facebook Watch. We have new episodes every Thursday. I recommend watching it just because it's both serious and silly. So it's really everything that you need. So fangirling. And then my time at 10 Candles is drawing to a close. We are on our final volume. That'll be starting Monday. So it'll be volume 10. Everything is wrapping up. It's a tragic horror RPG. And it's gonna be nuts. So that
These things are true.
It's gonna be nuts. So that will be starting 6 p.m. PT on Hyper RPG Switch.
Awesome. Ravity.
So my name is Ravity Dumpsy, and you can find me at _Ravity on Twitter. I'm here, gonna be here next week for a murder game, apparently. Yay! Which, if you know the specific brand of trash fire I am, it's perfect. During the weekdays, you can find me at Cartoon Network, and otherwise, I'm writing. So that's me.
Amazingly.
Don't go to Cartoon Network.
Dumpsy.
Don't go to Cartoon Network and ask
Don't
for
go to
Rave. They
Cartoon
won't let you in.
Network.
Or actually, if you go stand across the street and wave, I might see you from my window.
Don't
do that.
Don't do that
Just
either.
kidding. There's a police station
Not
right
even-
across the street. That's a terrible
Not
idea.
even as a joke.
Yeah.
Sem Liv.
I am not anywhere that police stations are, but I am on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, CHAIKOVSKY. Catch me with the glamorous Gina DeVivo every Monday on Plunders and Blunders, the D&D podcast we do together. I used to call it a D&D comedy podcast, but guess what? Things got real. So you can also catch me with the spectacular Gina DeVivo on Fridays at Geek and Sundry from 4 to 7 p.m. on Twitch and Alpha PDT. That's for Callisto 6. Our penultimate episode is coming up this week, so check out the massive, yes, dirty massive finish coming. And we're
We've also got coming up with the Uncommon Trust on November 11th. We're going to have something run by D'Artagnan, and it's going to be amazing. Details to come, so check out at the Uncommon Trust on Twitter or join the Uncommon Trust Discord to find out more.
Amazing.
Wow.
I'm Gina DeVivo. You can find me on Twitter at Pocket Gina. All of those lovely places that Sam gets to say for me. And also, if you enjoy fun RPGs, you can find me at Weave Society over at Geek and Sundry, 9:30 p.m. With the lovely Amy Dallin and so many amazing
Wait,
people.
Internet sensation Amy Dallin?
Internet sensation Amy Dallin is on a show with me.
Yeah, they play RPGs now.
How can I handle that much
I don't know.
awesomosity in one show?
Since 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. And if you're in the podcasting mood, Plunders and Blunders, or Champions of the
Champions
If you
of
enjoy
the
teenagers with
Earth.
feelings and powers, get more teenagers.
Yeah.
Get more feelings. Get more powers.
We have
Check out Champions of the
so
Earth.
many
There's literal
of them.
powers.
Literal powers and mechs, and it's
But like,
beautiful.
And a literal
like
powers.
literal powers.
Literal powers.
Yes. And I'm Rick Bear. You can find me on...
Did you almost say Rick
You-
Bud?
No. No, I was confused because I started talking, but I saw you looking at me out of the corner of a corner of my eye.
I listen to you when you talk.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Momentarily thought he was Gina.
Yeah.
It is like looking in a mirror.
Sometimes it is. I'm Rick Bear. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rick_Bear. I am here Fridays usually in the chat for wildcards. So join us 8 p.m. Pacific on Fridays for that. I will not be on this show next week, but I will be in the chat for that one too. So I'll be hanging out with y'all and actually get to talk to you.
Doing his producer thing.
Yeah,
earning
doing
his money.
Keyboard to
doing
keyboard.
earning my big
Big bucks we pay.
tabletop RPG
Earning
money.
those s'mores Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
The s'mores Pop-Tarts, we pay him.
They're free.
I have a production company with a website, misfittoys.co, and there is a web series that you can check out that I wrote and produced and was directed by Jackson Lansing, friend of the show. And yeah, there's
Every night.
yeah. There's some other stuff in the works, but I can't really talk about it yet. So
Ooh,
for now, just check out that web series and maybe follow me on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna keep some secrets, but okay.
Stay tuned for secrets.
We'll get him
Right
back.
here.
We'll get the secrets out of him.
Mhm.
I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG now on Twitter and Instagram.
See the penguins!
Yeah, see the penguins on
They're
Instagram.
majestic!
They are majestics. They're so majestic. Thank you all so much. You've been so incredibly generous with us all season. This was going to be the last game of the season, but now we got Murder Game next week, and then the week after that we'll be doing Vast Capitalist Space Turtles.
All the way down.
Some of these people will be here for that, and we'll have a bunch of exciting guest stars for that. But next week, first and most important, Murder Game, which I cannot thank you enough for.
Thank you for murder.
Yeah, thank you for murder. And thank you for everything. We love you. Y'all are the best for coming to hang out with us. And go out into the world and vote and help people because you help yourself when you help people. Uncle Iro says it. It has to be true. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tempting fate with us. Good night.
Walking the dog sounds so pretty when it's played by ASN. Sleeping the frog is some ditty when it's played by a band program. With any tune sounds like opera when it's played with harmony. But if you want to be classy, play me something just jazzy and you make